さを決めてますが、F1戦帰国収集兄弟コンボがまた決まった。
そしてコンペティブかなり暴れてはいますが、リキャップ強い。
ライナー打ち取っていきます。
ショックウ
ウェーブ3マンそこで焦るようにバレスタイム、ただ決めたライスの高低ラブンサレ
キライト追い詰めていく。距離詰めてキナツはモモ、そしてノーデスピードを狙っていってクアドラキルからペンタキル。
今崩壊した BGG。 さあどうする。リミットバックに飛び込んだ。ダメージフェロネストに対するダメージ上回ったリミット。なんだそれは。タンパを追いかけたの上で倒していく。しかしそのローズに向けての両剣の続き、トップブロスは3人に決まってはいるんですが、ローズを倒
What's up?
強いリジェクト。
What's up, everyone? Is it working? Or... There you go. Everything seems to be working.
皆さんこんにちは。本日は LJL
Amazing
2025ファイナルトーナメントラウンド1マッチ1をお送りいたします。本日実況を務めますイーガーです。そして解説にはリクルートさんです。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。さあついに始まります。ファイナルトーナメント
Welcome.
LJL、最後の今シーズン最後の大会ということになります。
まあ本当に今年1
Let me
年
share
通し
this
て
quickly.
戦ってきた、最強の、6チームが集って、1位のチームを決めるということになりますから、本当になんというか、総決算みたいな感じで、非常に楽しみなリーグになってますね。
はい、それではまずはじめに LJL をサポートくださるスポンサー企業様のご紹介をさせていただきます。LJL2025 公式サプライヤーとしてスティールケース様にサポートいただいております。スティールケースはゲームにも仕事にも最適な最高品質のエルゴノミックチェアを提供しております。シリーズ2はスマートな快適性を全てのプレイヤーに、通気性に優れたサポートと洗練されたデザインでゲームにも日常使いにも最適な商品です。他にはプロゲーマーが選ぶ一脚として360度アームサポートとダイナミックな動きで長時間のプレイでも快適さをキープできるジェスチャーもあります。快適さから始まる勝利。
Okay, let me set up things.
LJL の選手、ファン、スタッフが快適に集中して勝利を目指せる環境を作りましょう。
Let me set up.
現在スティールケースでは LJL2025 ファイナルトーナメントスティールケースサマーセールを7月27日日曜日までオンラインストアで実施です。クーポンコード LJL2025 を使用することで全商品なんと 30% オフ。この夏をもっと快適に、この機会にぜひお買い求めください。
30% オフって言ったら相当、
そうですね、
軽減されますからね。皆さんちょっとこの機会にぜひお買い求めください。
続いて昨シーズンより京王電鉄様が LJL のオフィシャルスポンサーに加わりました。京王電鉄は新宿を起点とする京王線と渋谷を起点とする井の頭線を軸に東京都西部と神奈川県北部を主な事業エリアとする鉄道会社です。そして6月の20日に新宿駅直結の京王モール内に e スポーツファンのための新施設京王 e ステーション新宿がオープンいたしました。こちらの京王 e ステーション新宿は新宿駅を歩いていると突然自分の知っているゲームグッズがドドンと並べられている場所があって、ゲーマーであれば自然と体が吸い寄せられてしまう、そんな空間です。
Let me just share
京王 e
this.
ステーションでは画面上でしか見られなかった2録の LJL グッズやロルグッズを実際に手に取って大きさやクオリティも確認できる唯一の場所なので、グッズの購入を考えている方はぜひお越しください。続いて最新のゲーム情報や大会イベント情報をお知らせするポータルサイトタイオロより LJL2025 ピッケムのお知らせです。
Alright, and also YouTube one. Where's the YouTube link? There you go.
総合ランキング1位の方にはスチールケースエラオニックスジェスチャーチェアをプレゼント。さらに参加者全員に2録ギフトカード500円分を進呈。ライオットスタージャパンや LJL 公式ストアでご利用いただけます。そしてファイナルトーナメントでは試合放送終了後に次の日程のピックが可能になります。早くピックすればするほどタイムボーナスで
Do we have some special hashtags for the event?
ピッケムに参加して LJL をもっと楽しもう。皆さんのご参加お待ちしております。
No, just LJL. Okay,
2
okay.
よりお知らせです。 LJL 公式グッズ販売中です。キャップはブラックとアイスグレーの2色展開。 LJL ロゴが 3D 刺繍であしらわれている豪華な仕様となっており、裏面には特製パッチが高級感を与えるデザインとなっております。デスクマットはサイズが大きく、どんな選手の人でも使用することができ、素材が厚く重量感もあり安定感が抜群です。 LJL のタグラインとリブランディングされたデザインをうまく落とし込んだ一品となっています。
I'm just sharing all the stuffs around.
LJL2025 公式グッズにおける売上の 50% はリーグの安定的な運営供給の資金に充てられるほか、購入する際に購入画面にて名前を入力していただくことで LJL サポーターになることができます。 放送終了時には放送画面にサポーター皆様の名前を掲載させていただ
We
き
still
ま
have a few minutes left until it starts,
す。
so
サポーターになり
okay.
我々と共に LJL を盛り上げていきましょう。
I was hurrying up a little. I was a little bit busy in the morning, so
続いて LJL 運営
I didn't have time to do
視
this.
聴者アンケートのお願いです。
But I'm here now.
現在 LJL では視聴者の皆様にアンケートを実施中です。
If you fill out this form, you can get prizes. I think it's Japan only, but there it is. Anyone wants to have some mouse pads in Japan? And a coaster. The coaster is so cool though. I think I could make that one with like 3D printing, but not gonna lie, the coaster is really cool. BO5s across all the matches now. From now on, every single match is gonna be BO5. So it should be hype across the board. The first one is probably gonna be the hypest. I mean, Burning Core is also looking like somewhat closer now to the top teams. In Split 1, Reject just won everything. They absolutely destroyed everyone possible. After that, there has been some shakeups, I would say. Like, I would say there definitely has been parts, and I was like, alright, I can... Yeah. But Reject still won. Reject still stomped playoffs, lost playoff just in Ignite. They 2-0'd Vero Youth, 2-0'd QTD, and then 3-0'd Burning Core. So definitely looks like Reject is still our strongest team. But just before that in Swiss, they lost to QTD and Burning Core as well back to back. That's why actually they started like the third place team in the playoffs. So either they have lost, like even though they have definitely lost some games, overall still I would say they look absolutely unbeatable. And Storm as well, they 3-1 the QTD. At least QTD was able to take one game away from them then. During the regular season, they definitely have seen Reject losing here and there. But when it comes to the playoffs, I think they have only lost one game. Wait, I need to check this. Is it true? Is the volume alright, by the way? Like the volume levels? Game? Okay, this may be a little... Maybe the stream is a bit too low. I need to check this one meanwhile. Is it true that they only lost one game?
韓国人選手いてすごいやっぱ勝たなきゃみたいなプレッシャーがめちゃくちゃあったんですけど、そのプレッシャーの中でも僕的には成長を結構感じれてて自分で、今年は自分的には伸ばした実力を発揮する年だなっていう風に感じてて、それを実感できてて、それが嬉しいところはあります。
Let me see.
順当に自分たちの予想通りに来れたかなっていう感じではありますね。途中やっぱシーズン
Is this true?
とかもありましたけど、そこからもしっかりして
Yeah, Reject so far has only lost one single game. Not a series. Reject has only lost one single game throughout the year in playoffs. They have lost here and there in regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, they've only lost one single game. And that one single game was to QTD. So I mean, there is that, I guess.
同じ感じだったんで、毎回言ってるかもしれないけど、次こそは普段通りの自分たちの実力を出したいなっていう楽しみな気持ちの方が強いですね、僕は。
どのチームと当たってもどこかしらで当たって勝たなきゃいけないチームだと思っているので、なんか初戦が QT リーグでわーっていうよりかは、全員倒して最終的に4連覇するぞっていう感じですね。なんか対戦相手がどうだろうと関係ないかなって感じです。ぶっちゃけると BCT の方が強い。
Raina says that our goal is to have the 4 wins in a row. Honestly, I think Burning Core is scarier than QTD. That's what Raina said. I mean, he's like, come on now, I'm 28. I'm still pretty young. I'm gonna be fine in the BO5. And we're gonna end this tournament with a victory.
今本当に勝ちすぎて QTD があれでしたよね。前回僕たちに準決勝で負けたのかな。早く休めてね。
I'm a little exhausted from all the winning.
今回も
I cannot rest because we just keep winning. So after we winning today, I'm gonna have a great rest finally. Let's do our best tomorrow. He literally said that I'm just too tired from all the winning.
皆様改めましてこんにちは。本日は LJL2025 ファイナルトーナメントラウンドマッチ1をお送りいたします。本日実況を務めますイエガーです。そして解説にはリクルートさんです。
よろしくお願いし
よろしく
ま
お願いします。
Gonna get into the draft hopefully soon.
はい。
I'm gonna be honest, I expect a 3-0.
QTD の
Even though QTD is a strong team,
方がやはりまあこう
like they're definitely looking like our second best team. Maybe Burning Core, but I'd say QTD is likely our second best team.
逆にリジェクトのライナー選手は
Even then, and even though the fact that QTD actually like very like consistently were able to beat Reject in the regular season, during the regular season, somewhat consistently. Like whenever they met, it was always close, and they could take quite a few games away from them. But when it comes to the playoffs, it just there is only one single game that Reject has lost throughout this year. Whenever it comes to playoffs, it just Reject turns it on. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're doing it. But playoffs, this guy's looking different.
まあここまで勝ち上がってきたのは本当にリジェクトはもう経験豊富なプレイヤーが非常に多いというところからのもう他のチームと比べた時の安定感の高さと
There's some tissues here.
のでこれがまあ BO5 になった時にもさらに発揮されてくるだろうなというふうな印象ありますね。
はい。続いて QT リーグのスターターです。トップ、ワシダイ、ジャングル、バン、ミッド、ダイス、AD キャリー、ユーヒ、サポート、ヘテルとなっています。
QT リーグは本当に瞬間瞬間の攻撃性能の高さっていうところは他のチームよりもずば抜けて高いというところはありつつも、チームの方向性をどうするのかとかっていうのがまず昨シーズン、ジャングラーが変わったこともあって、ちょっと定まりきらなかったのかなという印象もありましたからね。一旦こう1ヶ月弱ぐらいの期間を持ってどういうふうに
I'll be honest, I'm not that. I don't even know what kind of new champs there are ever since MSI. I don't even know what changed ever since the MSI patch. But I guess we'll find out the meta here together. Yeah, a lot of firsts. Seems like QTD is not really prioritizing Barons. But besides that, I mean, QTD just leads in goal difference. Wait, towers lost? Oh, they lost the least towers. That makes sense, yeah. They lost the least towers. Autocom percentage as well, first and second. Goal difference between first and second. But like, look at even then, even though in a lot of the stats they're first and second, look at even the difference. It's 300 to 150. That is like double. And with that being that Reject is not really stomping their enemies as much. Like they're not going for the super early endings or anything like that. They're usually just sitting back, playing the game and just winning. They're not like risking or anything like that. They're not. Usually, I mean, they're sometimes playing weird champs, but not like super usually. They're more likely just a team who are like just wins because they're better. I remember at the start of the year, there was an interview with Reject, and they were like, I mean, we are here, but our eyes are not necessarily in the LJL. At the very start of the year, they were like, our eyes are already gonna be on what's happening after the LCP promotion relegation tournament. They already said that that's our plan. And ever since then, they're keeping themselves to the promise. Have only lost one single game in any playoffs this year. So we'll see. We will see how they're gonna be handling the situation here. And I don't think this match is gonna be that important, all things considered, because I'm hoping to see some good League of Legends. But all things considered, I would think that these two teams are meeting once again in the grand final.
エジプトに有利を渡さないこと、レーニングはイーブン以上で終わらせて、重要な集団戦でしっかりと勝ち切るというのがポイントになってくるかなと。
The reason they got matched together is that QTD joining the league a little bit later. They didn't have as many champ points as Burning Core,
非常に得意なプレイヤーですから、そこから逆転っていうのはかなり難しくなっていくでしょうね。
or even DFM. QTD, or formerly known as Sengaku Gaming, they missed out on the first split.
このパッチ25
They only joined the second split and forward.
ちょっと回答を出してきているのか、まだ世界的にも25.1をやってないので、
So because of that, they have less points,
どう
but
いうチャンピオンの評価
they have finished really well, so they still got into the finals tournament. But they missed the first one, and because of that, they're fourth technically, and that's why they have to play against the Rejector. Obviously, our first team won everything. Now let's see.
チャンピオンのバフナーフのところ
Bans are so far
で
somewhat expected, I would say.
されていたチャンピオンが、
Again,
いる可能性がある。
25.14, I don't really know.
だったりっていうようなところに基礎ステンスで大きなアウトが入りました。なので、そういったところの
Let me check.
一方で
Oh, is this a Yunara patch?
ヒールになぜかバフが入った。
Oh, it is the Yunara patch. Okay, I'm not necessarily sure if Yunara is enabled or not. I'm not necessarily sure if Yunara is enabled or not, but this is the Yunara patch.
相手らファーストピックかなとも思ったんですが、
さあそういったドラフトにはなりませんか。リジェクトはノーチラス
But some things never change, and that thing is Pantheon first pick. Still quite a strong jungler, with a global presence. And there's gonna be the Gwen Oriana picked for QTD already. That is quite an interesting start already. Dice going for the Oriana super early on. The Gwen is already picked. Sebakinans is gonna be opting into the Rumble immediately.
パンテオンの強力さっていうところを優先して取っていった。ここは分かるところではありますね。トランドルもバンされてますし、パンテオンに対して
CFO's second? Oh, you mean the ranking thingy?
ファーストピックもうなずけるか。
パンテオンはね、依然として評価高いチャンピオン。そしてリジェクトも、このオリアナピック受けて、オーロラで。
The ranking thing is little BS, not gonna lie. Okay, so far Reject's comp is so much better, holy. I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I'm not a big hater of the Nocturne Oriana. I'm not like others who are just hating on that. But with that being said, I still would prefer more Aurora, Pantheon, like the Rumble, these champs. I still would prefer them a lot more than Nocturne Ori. I guess like you wanna match the Pantheon maybe. But even then, again, all I'm saying is I'm just not necessarily the biggest fan of the Nocturne Ori. I don't understand the season final. You mean the LCP one? It's like pretty simple. There are two groups now that has been decided from the ranking. They're playing single round robin. Then like the bottom teams and the top, like, you know, like the teams on the edge play together. There's some shuffling. If the worst teams beat the better teams, some shuffling. And then we play another double round. It's pretty easy, actually. A lot of ADCs banned on both sides. Who's even left now? Kaisa, I guess. Right? QTD is still waiting for the ADC. Leaving up Yuhi for the counter pick. Who are we even seeing? I mean, there's a very good misfortune angle here for Yuhi. I do wonder if this is Summer picking up something against that, knowing or stealing it away. I don't think stealing it away would be that great. Oh, gotta just go for the Senna. Gotta go for some scaling here. I guess like the shield as well. There's a stun. It's pretty good against the misfortune.
多分
ノーティラスはもうバンさ
あ、
れてる
本当ですね。そうですね。自ら
Who's the support with the Senna?
エンゲージ要素をもう一つ足す
Who's even left here?
出るやるようなというところがまあ分かりやすくはありますね。
Rakan, maybe?
まあノクターンがいるので
Yeah, you would want us to engage.
ちょっとピールの役割も欲しいという
And this is all set up for the misfortune angle for QTD.
はい、選択に
I don't necessarily like it, but this is looking like really a misfortune draft that they're doing here.
ドラフトザヤとの組み合わせっていう
Unless they go for some weird stuff like the Zeri. But this is looking like a misfortune. That the misfortune was in their mind when they drafted this.
ジグスは強化されましたけどちょっと AP が濃すぎるので
And there it is.
はいミスフォーチュンの選択でまあオリアナノクターンのまあ AOE
I mean, on paper, it's not like a bad comp that QTD is bringing out here. On paper, they have the Vombo combo, like the dream of Vombo combo.
はい
はい
The Nocturne Oriana together with the Holy Star
取りやすいと
into the Misfortune Ultimate.
から
On paper, it's not too bad. And I'm gonna be honest, this is much better of a draft than what we've seen in MSI.
動きはかなり難しいなという印象ありますね
Like the Genji draft was way worse than
オ
this.
リアナアリスタの CC に合わせるだけっていうところ
But
なんですが
I mean, I didn't trust that draft
ア
either.
ルティメットで足を
Just
止める
Genji or I guess too
と
good.
ころはパンテオンランブルちょっと狙いやすい
Genji are just too good.
ですよね
Now, this is a better draft. This is absolutely a better Misfortune draft here.
ミスフォーチュンからしたら嫌ですからね
My only question is, can they execute that? Because Nocturne Oriana kinda has fallen off in the prio list.
変えようにも
We don't really see it as often these days.
がフラッシュインからね
I know the enemy, we have like the best champions basically on a lot of the sides. Like,
確かに難しそうですね
we have the Nocturne, sorry, we have the Pantheon, the Rumble on the top side. We have the Aurora, who's really strong right now.
まあ集団戦のところでまずアルティメットの連携から打ち勝っていくというシナジーピックが取れたか一方で
So,
としてもまあ序盤か
I
ら
guess like I like the comp. I like the idea behind the QTD draft.
まあパンテオンを生かしながら
I like the idea
アドバンテージを
that they're trying to run here with.
っていうのは重要だと思いますね
ちょっとそこでアドバン
But as for,
なると QT リーグの
I mean, I just think it's weaker. It's weaker right now, even just looking at the individual champions. It's weaker right now than the reject comp that we are having here.
っていうのはありつつもまあグエンノクターンオリエナっていうところに邪魔されながらセナがダメージを出し切るっていうのもまあかなり難しいですから
はい
まあそれを考えたときに
And it's not like they don't have any kind of synergy.
っていうのは重要ですね
The Rumble is set up for some massive ultimates here as well.
そうですね
So it's not like their comp is just individuals. It's also pretty cohesive. Now get us into the game. Get us into the game.
さあ始まりました LJL 2020
There we are.
トーナメントラウンドは
Reject versus QTD.
QT リーグスタートです
As we are in the finals tournament now. This is our first match of the finals tournament. And keep in mind,
ジャングルのスタート自粛ショット
this is 6 teams left. Only 6 teams remains. The winner of this tournament directly goes to the LCP promotion. Now, we don't necessarily know who they're going to be playing against. Because it obviously depends on like who's lost in the LCP. Depends on a lot of things. Even depends who goes to Worlds. Because if Vikings or TSV goes to Worlds, then I think it's like almost confirmed that DFM would need to play against the winner of the... It's like it's very complicated for now. So let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this match here. Reject only lost one single game. I repeat, one single game, not a series. Just one single game so far in playoffs this year.
まあ不思議な話ですからねジャングラーからしたら
まあそうですね
なぜ
They lost a few games in regular season, but as for playoffs,
のスマイトダメージを出す
they went undefeated in the first split.
妥当な調整かなとは思
They lost one single game in the grand final to
う
QTD.
では QT リーグ
And then as for
主導権を握っている
Ignite, they also went undefeated. So they have been dominating. Even though whenever I feel like it's a reject up here with like this much variance, and QTD is below them with a much more variance. But QTD's top
難しいですね
is about there with the reject's bottom in terms of variance.
白いルートを取ってますね
So it's possible to take some games. It's possible to take them down. But to see that 3 games today,
最後にこうバック
I said that's a pretty big ask.
ドルド選択 湧いてくるタイミングが
I'd say that's a pretty big ask still.
基本的に、バフだけ、ジャングルクリープ内では、クリープの復活タイマー
But we'll see. I'm hoping for more than 3 games, even though it would destroy my sleep schedule as well because I have other stuff to do after this match. I'm definitely hoping for more than 3 games, but at least some close ones because there's a high chance that this is gonna be the grand final we are seeing eventually as well. Unless Burning Core is giving some hardship for either of these teams, but the Burning Core match is gonna be tomorrow, so I'm gonna talk about that by then.
ノクターンのこのジャングルルートがバレると本当に自分戦えないですから、何もカウンターアクションがないよねっていうことで強気にジャングル入ってこられたり、ガンクアクション見られたり。
Why is there hair in my cup? What the?
バレなければ
Suspiciously, I found cat hair in my drinking cup. Very suspicious. Why is there cat hair here?
このノクターンのジャングルルートっていうのはパンテオンジャングルではありつつもやっぱり相手ももうセナラ感っていうボット、ディフェンシブなレーンですし、ランブルのルーン選択や、オーロラっていうチャンピオン選択からしてもそんなに強く
So far, actually, not much has been happening. The lanes are also pretty equal. And I would say, honestly, if the game keeps on going like this, if there's not much change, then I would absolutely expect Reject to win. Obviously, there's a Senna. Gotta be scaling pretty well. They're not in a hurry by any means. The Rumble is gonna be scaling pretty good. Once Rumble gets all the items here is... Okay, Heta is gonna go for the knockup. He's gonna get pretty low here, but not dying for now. No level 6 across the board, so couldn't use Unbreakable. Even when he arrives, we cannot use the ultimate. However, level 6s should be coming soon, and basically all these champions are heavily relying on their ultimates. Nocturne, I think like 2 more camps and Nocturne gets level 6. Maybe 2 more, maybe 2 more. I don't know the XP in the jungle. But soon, the Nocturne is gonna get level 6, same goes for the Pantheon. Because there's a bit of a gang coming in from Hetel. But once again, no level 6. I really don't think... Oh, the recap has level 6 now. No, the others, I don't think there's gonna be much action happening until then. However, Dragon is gonna be up and alive. I wouldn't be shocked if QTD would wanna get that one as an insurance against the Senna. They're not gonna have the man advantage, but they're gonna be pulling it out, and Van is still not gonna be taking it. I mean, he's gonna be wasting some time. The Forest is gonna be the first one hitting level 6. Definitely feels like wasted some time, but I mean, one more camp and he should be getting level 6 as well, so it's not too late. Oh, already got it. Wait, I got it before Forest. I thought Forest was kinda closer, never mind. Level 6 up for both the Nocturne and both the Oriana. And so is the Pantheon now. All of those global ultimates, all those game-changing global ultimates are now up. And for now, we don't really see a teamfight for the Dragon. I mean, the Reject is not really caring about that Dragon, that makes sense. They have the late game, so they're not hurrying for the Dragon. But QTD, they're a bit later. However, they should be one taking it, unless Kinatsu is doing something here. I mean, it's all warded up. He knows everything that's been happening. Ultimate is available for him. Ultimate is gonna be popped. There's a Pantheon jumping in as well. Who's gonna get the Dragon? It's gotta be the Nocturne. But the fight afterwards? The fight afterwards is just not looking good for QTD. And this might just be over already. This might just be over already for them. 3 kills for Reject. And even if QTD has gotten the Dragon, 3 kills to reject, one of them to the Penta, one of them to the Rumble as well. Even the Senna was run too happy little. There's gonna be 3 assists for her. Very nice ultimate from Kinatsu there. Just touching the dragon too, even though they couldn't get the dragon. There was a lot of damage by Kinatsu even. Taking down the Lustar by himself and others just cleaning up. QTD got ahead of themselves. I mean, they really focused on the dragon. Which on one hand it kind of makes sense because like they really need to stack the dragons. Against this comp, they really need to. But they got the head of themselves. The reject already. They're gonna be having a, what is that, 2,000 for lead. And this is the reject that I know. You cannot make a mistake against them. Like if you make any mistakes, they're gonna be capitalizing on that.
としてもまだアルティメットの状況が完璧に上がってないタイミングだったので、ここでリキャップのアルティメットを使わせられたというのは非常に大きいでしょうね。リジェクト側は先ほどのファイトで勝てたっていうところからのポジションの優先権が後で仕掛けていったというところだったと思う。
This looks like the reject that has not lost a single game during the last playoffs. And honestly, that's what I would want to see. QTD was absolutely able to kind of... Oh, did I just jinx them? Did I just jinx them? Or Kinatsu is going to have the play of the year? Okay, he survives? He survives! I'm not jinxing these guys. I'm not jinxing these guys. Flash is gonna be down. But oh my god, a ton has been invested from QTD. To absolutely no result. Do you think DFM, sorry, reject would win DFM SAG? SAG not necessarily. I mean, there are gonna be news coming out soonish. So there are gonna be news coming out soon. All I'm saying, I think SAG would win. I think SAG is gonna be looking better at the split. If the things that I've seen are true, then I think SAG would be better a little bit. As for DFM, Guvon left I think is massive for them. I think Reject would win against DFM. Oh, they got it. Oh yeah, and they can have Machine as well. Top is absolutely over as Recap is also trying to go for the solo bolo here. There's one more jumping around, and there's ultimate from Dice, just defensively used. Oh, Yuhi! Almost getting Dice. Sorry, somewhere. But I'm not sure I said Yuhi somewhere. I'm still a little bit tired. Oh, Jesus Christ, those are not doing that great. What is happening to me? But yeah, thing is, I think Reject could be DFM, especially now that we know that Guvon is left. Without Guvon, I would 100% say the question now is that would they face DFM? Because there are some scenarios when DFM are safe from relegation. Maybe after this game, I'm gonna showcase you guys how the promotion tournament looks like. There are some scenarios where DFM would not be playing there, and then Reject would need to play in the free-for-all slot, which is gonna be much harder against like teams like DCG or Frank. Whew. Whew. But I'm gonna show you guys after this game. After this game, I'm gonna show you guys how the bracket looks like and what is. I feel like there is still a very good chance that Reject is gonna be playing against DFM. I think there is a good chance for that, but we will see. Still, it depends on so many things. If one of Vikings or TSC goes to Worlds, then it's very likely that's happening. But we'll see. We'll see.
ライナーのみんな連中こそありますけれども、がないというタイミング。
ライスの、テレポートがない状況で、トップレーンにまだいるっていうことなので、ここは一旦ファームですか。
になりますか。ダイスを寄せるとなるともう動かしてないとってことですもんね。
はい。
ちょっと今から寄るようでは間に合いません。
Do I have to say, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like fully understand the promotion and relegation system. Like I don't understand I don't understand a lot of things. I don't understand SCP tweet and I got lost. I kind of understand it. I don't understand in some cases. Like for example, because we have two Vietnamese guest teams. Oh, I mean, yeah, just stomping. So because we have two Vietnamese guest teams, technically the region merit slot would be up for the worst performing one, but I'm like, so what if one of them goes to Worlds? Then what happens then? What if both of them goes to Worlds? Like, I don't understand, like if they go to Worlds, then would they not count for like the region merit anymore? For example, if TS3 goes to Worlds, does that mean that since there are still two Vietnamese teams, then the other one would get the region merit slot? I don't understand a lot of things. I really wish they just give us examples. He's somewhere. Oh my god, the damage is so insane. However, I'm the Oriana Misfortune somewhat working with UES to flash out. So 1 for 1 so far. But they're just arriving now. Wait, Reject is still pretty low here. Okay, they got 1 for 1. That's not too bad when you're behind, I guess.
ここはリジェクトのクルリポを守りに行く動きが見事でしたね。これで実質1-1トレードにはなったんですけど。
That is not awfully bad when you're behind.
カウンターアクションを何もさせなかったということなので、トータルリジェクトがアドバンテージを握ったというのは相手になりましたね。
Misfortune ultimate, I feel like was a bit too early. He wasn't in the best position for that, I think. What happened was likely just he's seen the ultimate being popped, and he popped he just like tried to channel it. I mean, he got a kill because of that, so it's not like super bad. It just, I really wish it was over the wall or something. Like the positioning was not the greatest from QTD. But he got 1 kill. I just think they could have gotten more with a better positioning. Reject kind of disrespected them, going in blind with like these kind of choke points. But yeah, after this game, I'm gonna go through the LCP thingy. It just it's a little bit confusing because there are so many like edge cases. Like, what if one Vietnamese, what Vietnamese guest team makes Worlds? What if both Vietnamese guest teams make Worlds? Like, there are so many things that I'm like, I don't know what's happening then. Probably would Vikings lose figures for the region merit based on how I understand it. Probably go to Worlds. I don't think Gam is gonna go to Worlds. Hot take. But I'm definitely trying to make. I'm waiting for an announcement, so it's not on me. I'm waiting for an announcement, and after that, I'm planning to make an LCP video, hey, season's restarting. What do you need to know? I don't think Gam is gonna make it though. I feel like Gam absolutely overperformed in the playoffs, but overall, I would say, I mean, the Vikings are kind of got screwed because of the like 2 groups. Because Vikings are gonna be playing against vastly worse competition than TSV. The fact that Vikings got to the lower group, I mean, they're gonna be stomping that group. Let's be honest. They're gonna be stomping that group. That's gonna be pretty bad practice for them. But on the other hand, I guess they can like scream the other group. So, but yeah, I think TSV is definitely gonna be performing better because they have the stronger group. Even if those are just a single round robin, the fact that they can play against these teams, I think is much better for them. I think TSV is gonna go to Worlds. I think PSG, CFO, and TSV in some order. I think they're better than Gam. It's just they were choking in playoffs. Okay, Vombo combo. Summer's ultimate also gonna be pretty good. Heckler's already incredibly low here. And there's gonna be one kill already taken for Kinatsu. And they just be running QTD down. Oh my god, this is already over. This is just so over. There was like one moment, one team fight, and I was like, there was like one team fight, and I was like, okay, maybe like if they Vombo combo. But that's why I don't like the Nocturne Oriana. That's why I don't really like the Vombo combo comps, because if the Vombo combo is not really going, like, if the enemy just catches you out, if you don't have time to set up your Vombo combos, then there is no Vombo and no combo. And that's what we're seeing here. That is all my issues with the any Misfortune comp, with any Nocturne Oriana comp, and sometimes those two are together. Like, Yui had no chance to ultimate. They were just running him down. They couldn't Vombo combo, even though there was an ultimate from Dice. They still, yeah, they couldn't really set up this fight. That's why Vombo combo is a big lie. Have you guys seen that Gam is gonna have like a scream against Los Ratones? Not like I guess like it's kind of a scream. Jesus Christ. I'm literally dying here. So yeah, Gam is gonna have like a the combo. The combo is not really Vomboing though. I think the ultimate on the Oriana was a bit early, right? I didn't see any knockups. Nonetheless, I'm not sure if you guys have seen this or not. From what I gather, there's gonna be like a scream. I don't know how many games, but there's gonna be a scream between Los Ratones and Gam. That should be pretty hype. That's gonna be like today. I think like after LJL, about after then. Like more LCP or the old PCS. Wait, what is it? Oh, you mean the difference is just the group breaker, right? The difference is just the group breaker. I mean, I like the group breaker. I feel like group breaker needs to be happening because, for example, like someone like Vikings, I feel like the fact that Vikings in the lower group is kind of bad. I mean, they choked, like no question about that. They kind of choked, but I do feel like overall, without choking, I feel like Vikings should probably be better than like Gam, like usually. So I would like if like there was like a positional stage or something that like LCS had. But that would be just so many games and I don't want BO1s. So, I mean, this is not bad. I like that the first stage is like very short, it's just a single round robin. Just to have some idea where teams are. And after that there is the group breaker, which is the group breaker I like. So I would say overall like the format. I don't understand the promo though. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how the promotion works. I mean, I guess I understand. It just like, what if both of the guest teams from Vietnam goes to Worlds? Like, what then? What if one of them goes to Worlds? Like, what then? I don't understand. And that's another display of why I don't like the Misfortune. It's just like your ultimate is pretty good in like setups, but like a lot of times you just cannot set up. And this is all but over for quite a while now. Some would say this match is already over whenever Rujak got the first 3 kills. But that's what I said earlier. They're not a team who would just finish the game fast. Even when they're absolutely gonna be winning 100%, like in this game, they're still taking it like slow. They're not getting over themselves. Sometimes it's bad, like especially in Asia Masters. A lot of the times I'm like, Reject, just do something. A lot of times I'm like, just do something, Reject. Be more aggressive. But as for LJL, I mean, they're pretty good, so they're not really required to overextend a lot of times. I really wish they would be going for more 50-50s, but that is just because it's more interesting to watch. Now Forrest jumping in. He's gonna be alone, but he's almost 1v3ing all alone. Okay, ultimate from somewhere is gonna be missing, but I feel like they still have a lot of the tools on their hands. There's gonna be the ultimate is actually pretty good. I mean, like, Ryan went in way too early, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, they kind of trolled this fight, but they're still gonna be winning it all. Ryder got a little impatient and just went into the misfortune ultimate. But in the end, they're still getting more kills. They're gonna get the threat, so it's still worth for them. Just when I talked about how Reject is not taking the 50-50s there, going for a troll fight like this. Right, sure. At this point, I mean, I understand why he did that. He wanted to knock up Yuhi, but Yuhi was out of range. Sacrifice himself for the kills. That's respectable. Yeah, that was a good misfortune angle. Reject kind of just gave that angle to QTD. But even with that being said, other members are absolutely not able to deal any damage. I mean, even Oriana going for, oh my god, the Rod of Ages and what is the other, like the Shadow Flame. That Oriana is not doing damage. That Oriana is poking like a fly. Okay, Forrest is gonna, okay, Reject is a little bit crazy. Reject is a little bit crazy. They're going in for these small corridors to these choke points. They're just going ahead. They do not care. I feel like after they had more than 10 kills than QTD, they were like, yeah, let's just have some fun now. I'm not gonna get a third dragon inside. There's just no way they lose in this game, so they're letting themselves lose a little. Okay, wait a second. Ryan is looking pretty low here. He hasn't even used the ultimate just yet. They cannot take this dragon. But I mean, this will be just the second dragon for QTD, so it's not a big deal. Second Drake for QTD. But the later this game goes, the happier Reject is gonna be. The next time the camera is on somewhere, I'm gonna say the stack number. But it is, I mean, it should be pretty high. The guy has a pretty good farm as well. 13 assists. Kind of like a support Senna, looking at the scoreline, but I mean, this Senna, the damage is not support like, is all I'm saying. Without the Gwen, it seems like QTD is not even gonna really contest this for now. I mean, there's a Nocturne ultimate. Nocturne ultimate pop defensively. Oh, this is over. Yuhi is down, pro, the strongest member from that team still. Nocturne ultimate pop defensively. I was like, maybe there's a chance the Nocturne Oriana combo can still evade the Baron, but no. Nope, no. So the OPCS.
続きません。
Oh, you mean like just to playoffs?
コントロールワードでその鷲台、さらに
I prefer Super Leagues, honestly. I really don't like whenever you only play in playoffs. Like, I don't like, for example, LTA. Like, I think the LTA system is pretty bad. Reject just gonna be cleaning up. I mean, with the Baron, they have now more than 10,000 for lead. Mr. GG.
木夏もしっかりこうバランス入れされないように
Yeah.
ところで
Basically, what the LTA does now is what the old PCS system used to be. I don't like that.
パークで来てますね。
I feel like that just, I mean, it just like, okay, I guess like,
ゾーンじゃないんでちょっと怖いんですけ
oh,
ど。
wait a second. Kinatsu? There's no, oh, okay, this is crazy. Yeah, that's GG. That's GG. Kinatsu going for the mental damage here. Kinatsu going for the mental annihilation.
フェーズラッシュでめちゃくちゃ足速い。
No, he just did that, so it's a 3-0.
スペーシング
I swear, he just got into the heads of QTD. They need to mental reset, or this is gonna be a 3-0. There's a crazy dominating game. I reject is not even taking it seriously anymore. They're gonna be recalling probably for one more time, but this game is all but over. Or all and over, rather, is how expression would go. So yeah, back to the thingy. I don't like the LTA format. I feel like, I mean, it just like LTA South is never gonna improve. Just from like, LTA South is never gonna improve because they play so little. It's like they're playing like how like 4 matches a year against LTA North or something like that. I don't like that system. I think that system is lazy and it just it's not favoring anyone. It's just pointless. I much prefer Super Leagues because like, I mean, Chiefs is getting better. If you remember, Chiefs have won majority of their game ones. Like they still cannot really close out games, but Chiefs has gotten noticeably better, and they basically replacing their whole roster. So, I mean, that's another thing. But besides that, I mean, they have gotten better. They've noticeably gotten better throughout the year. So I would much prefer the Super Leagues. Any news on DFM jungler? Not that I heard of. Nope. Okay, Reject finally ending this game. Took 30 minutes, but it was dominating. They didn't finish it faster, but they could have. They just wanted to get into the heads of QTD. And they might have just done that because this is a crazy, crazy domination from Jacked. Kinatsu even having the Sengaku emote. But to be fair, he used to be on Sengaku, so I don't think that's a PM. But that's a GG though. That's a GG.
集団戦の作り方っていうのがリジェクト非常に綺麗。
So yeah, I don't have any news on DFM. I have zero idea what they are doing.
前にこう集合させてから取られてもいいので集団戦できっちり勝とう。
SAG is still yet to announce things, I think. We also know Chiefs. Chiefs is basically let go of like major to the team. So Chiefs has a lot of announcing to do as well. But SAG definitely Husha? Was he let go? I don't think what is the situation with them with DFM? So they have so Arya is LCP. I guess they're never gonna play Milan, so they have Kakun and they have Harp. Harp is not LCP, right? He has been playing for so long, but I guess it was after again. So yeah, he's not LCP. He's like 1 year off LCP. I guess the system is different now, so he's not gonna be LCP. So yeah, I mean they can have one more else, like they can have one more Korean or even LCP player. So let's check on Chiefs. Oh my god, I type in Chiefs and it gives the Jesport team.
としてはドラゴン意識が非常に高いっていうところで、その序盤からオブジェクト
Let me check Chiefs on.
自体は非常に素晴らしかったんですけど
That's not the Chiefs. I don't care about these Chiefs.
ありました見せてくれましたけれども、
人のカバーが一回失敗して
How do I sir? Why did? Oh my god! Why is one of the most popular like Super Bowl team has to be called Chiefs?
こう無理なドラゴンになってしまったりとか、
So hard to search it up on
それを
Twitter.
意識しすぎるがあまりノクターンオリアンの連携だったり、アルティメットの連携から集団戦へっていう流れが少しこうおろそかになってしまった
Well, let's see.
そこがまあリジェクトにとっては
Honestly, I don't really remember by heart the
まあ
whole
本当にゲーム1はさすがの
whole thing. So who was that go?
じゃないというのはね、
そうですね。
So Zoranus. I liked Zoranus, but he was. I mean, they absolutely wanted to rather play bio, so that makes sense.
注目して見ていきたいですね。それでは続いてゲーム2となりますが、それまで一度インターバルとなります。
Husha?
失礼いたします。
Yeah, Husha would be a good pickup, I think, for the FM, though there would be like maybe communication issues. Oh my god, it's so loud. I'm not sure about Husha. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I'm not sure about the Husha sign up. There would be massive communication issues unless Husha is like secretly a Veep and knows Japanese. So unless it happens, I don't think I would like that move too much. There you go. Just so you guys. Wait, what? Oh no! Well, no, wait. It's not the one I wanted to change. I wanted to add the new window. Oh, there you go. Okay, so. Okay, whatever. So Wusha was let go. Wusha was let go. Violet let go is very, very weird. Because unless they're planning to have like a oceanic jungler, and maybe Papu Hudo, like I literally have no idea who else. Unless they have no oceanic jungler. I mean, Violet was like the only ever ADC I know. Who else is even left there in Oceania? So they already have Biopanther on the top. But is that the only Oceanic player they are having right now? So they need at least one more Oceanic player. I have no idea who could be. I have no idea. Genuinely, I'm like Pabu jungle, and then they can have like maybe a Korean bot lane or something like that. I mean, might be the play here. Who knows? I just have no idea what are they planning. I have no idea like who they're planning for bot lane instead of Violet. But Husha could be a good pickup for DFM on paper, but I think the communication is just not gonna work out. Are they starting more games? Yeah. No, I don't like the LTA system. I much prefer the Super Leagues. I mean, I would prefer if there were more regions. I think 5 regions is just not enough. I would much prefer if there were more regions and Riot just give more love to each region. But, I mean, if they are killing regions, like if they really need to kill regions, then I feel like Super Leagues are much better. Vital would be cool with Luan and Ocean Connection. Yeah, what about Vital? Where is he right now? He played support for Nongxing. Wait, what on earth? What did I miss there? What did I miss here? I haven't really followed his LCK years. I know there was like that one Nongxing team that played in like one game or something in LCK as well. Yeah. I mean, he did like not too bad in Asia Masters, I guess. Yeah. Oh, there was it one time when Lance was even playing in. Yeah, I remember now. He played a few games, right? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 games. He didn't look the best on those 4 games, not gonna lie. Oh, oops, my mouse just died. Yeah, I know. I definitely would like Vital. I liked him on Sengoku as well. I don't even really know why. I mean, that was like a weird time for Sengoku. There's a very weird time for Sengoku with the whole Vital thing. If you remember, if anyone was watching, because they had Honey. I don't know where Honey went. If I'm being honest, I don't think that he was going to military that time. I had no idea where he went. I mean, after he went to CJ, but like, I'm not sure what happened to Honey. That was weird because like Honey was also pretty good. But Vital was good as well. I liked Vital too. That was a wild roster. I mean, they almost won. They almost beat DFM. I would love to see Vital on Chiefs. When Vital was old. Oh, they played together in non-stream. I didn't know that. I'm not following CL that closely. LTS had improved this year more than LC. below lost for years. Like Furia training very well. I feel like Furia... Jesus Christ. Sorry. I feel like the fact that Furia was able to take G to the 5 games and just like win LTS out is more on team card. I don't think that's because of the LTS system. I really don't like LTS system. I think it's more just a team card thing. Team card is really good. Top 7 for top 1 LTS out. Yeah, there's a team card effect. Team card is... I absolutely love team card. Their coach, in case someone doesn't know. But yeah, so... Honestly, all I'm saying... This is not a leak. I don't know too much about that, but... All I'm saying, there are some weird things happening, everyone. There are some weird things happening. Courage has not played solo queue in 17 days. 17 days! He decayed. Back to D4 or whatever it is. D1, sorry. He decayed. Courage has not played in 17 days. And even before that, he just switched to support. For many weeks, he just switched to support. And there's another guy. Namely called Guvon, who just left the... I mean, he's playing right now, actually. He's playing right now at this moment. He's playing some solo queue right now. And this guy is spamming solo queue. So, all I'm saying is, there's a chance. SAG with Guvon, SAG with Guvon I think would be incredible. If they could get Guvon now, I feel like that they could probably not like they could definitely do better. I mean, this is really hard to do worse than last split, but you know what I mean. They could. I feel like they could contest maybe like at least Vikings maybe, or maybe even like Gam or some of the teams. 2 or 3 blocks today. Yeah, there are a lot of teams who are saying that it's much better to have one single BO5 because like the other like after that it just diminishing returns. I definitely heard that from a lot of teams. But yeah, I mean, still like 2 blocks are still the norm. There was like one time, I think like it was G2 who kind of started popularizing just the one single block. But then everyone just went back to just like 2 blocks back again. But yeah, I remember G2 also during the 2019 era. They started popularizing the single blocking as well. Now back to game 2. Are we gonna be seeing more from QTD? Or are we just gonna be seeing the good old stomp? This comp, honestly, I mean, I did say at the very start, on paper, I have no issues with the QTD comp, but it just never works in Pro. It just, there's an idea behind that, with like the Wombo combo, there's an idea that I can see and I can feel, but it just never works. So, I mean, I didn't really believe in it in the match. I think, even though obviously Reject is the better team, still, I feel like this match kind of justifies my disbelief. This Wombo combo comes. Oh, I promise. Oh, I forgot. Before we get into draft, I promised you guys to talk about. Another thing as well. I promise you guys to show you what's happening. Not this one. I promise to show you guys the. Oh, I literally just said that I wanted examples. Oh my god, are they listening to my stream? Are you watching? RCP, are you in the chat? This is what I wanted. They gave examples! Holy shit, yes, they gave examples. So, this is the most likely scenario that's gonna be happening. They gave examples. So, this happens if Vikings and TSC ends lost. I mean, the partner teams doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter where they stand. Because whatever happens, it is just gonna be the partner teams don't matter. Yeah, this is the best one. This is the best one so far. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, this is what I wanted to see because. Okay, this is perfect. I understand. Chat. I understand it now. I absolutely understand it. So, usually, the region merit slot goes to whoever, like, if there are, for example, let's see, the team currently who has 2 guest slots, like the region who has 2 guest slots right now is Vietnam. So, unless something weird happens from out from TSV and Vikings, who is the verse, is gonna be playing the region merit slot against the VCS winner. So whoever, usually, I think this is the likely scenario. Vikings, TSV, whoever is ending verse in the season would be playing against the VCS winner. Okay, I'm gonna have my cursor on as well. Okay, what's happening now? Okay, so the usual scenario with TSV and Vikings and like TSV Vikings, whoever ends the verse is gonna play against the VCS winner, and the winner makes it to LCP. Whoever ends last, DFM, if DFM is 7th, then they're gonna be staying in the league. They don't have to play promo. So DFM is actually a little bit more safe than I thought. I thought DFM would be more likely to go to promotion, but it seems like they're kind of safe. Whoever ends last, that team has to play against the wildcard, the PCS one. Yes, sorry. So they have to play against the VCS, LJL, PC. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, Oceania. So whoever ends last, they play against Oceania, LJL, PCS, and the wildcard. This is what's happening right now. But there are some other scenarios. Let's say TS3 makes Worlds. Let's say TS3 makes Worlds, in which case, that still would be Vikings who are playing in the regional merit slot. So it doesn't matter that one of the teams have made it already to Worlds. Other one is still playing it. It's not like they still count as like, because they have 2 slots, they're like, okay, one of them has to go for the regional merit. So if Vikings make Worlds, then if TS2 makes Worlds, then Vikings will be playing. If Vikings make Worlds, then TS2 will be playing. That's understandable, I think, so far, right? Then what if one of the Vikings or TS3 ends last, which is unlikely. But what if? If one of the Vikings or TS3 ends last, then they're going to be playing for the free-for-all slot, and the region merit slot goes to the second worst guest team. So then, in that case, it's just going to be the second one. And there is a scenario, which is, if both TS3 and both Vikings, if both of them, which is, I guess that's unlikely depending on like how Maple is doing. That's kind of unlikely, but like not like super unlikely. Like I could see some Worlds when it happens. If both TS3 and Vikings make Worlds, then the other guest team is gonna be forced to play the the worst guest team is gonna be playing the free-for-all slot, and the second to worst guest team is gonna be playing the regional merit slot. This is so much better. Thank you. I'm gonna retweet this now. This is such an insanely good explanation. I like this. Like I just wanted examples. I just wanted examples.
最も評価されるんじゃないかなというチャンピオンの、このドラフトが結構流行るんじゃないかなっていう感じはしますよね。ハリアをバンしてアジール。スケールも見れますし。
Alrighty.
やっぱり強いチャンピオン2台取られる。
Oh, oops, not this one.
トレーのレーン安定性のバルスだったりとか。
おお、なるほど、ベイガー。
Okay, recap Veigar, one of his famous.
そしてビエゴ。ビエゴもこのパッチでちょっと注目されているチャンピオンですね。
アイテムの変更が
はい、クラケンスレイヤーが変更入ったっていうところで、トリニティフォースのビルドもあったんですけど、そこからクラケンスレイヤー、サンダードスカイっていう風に積んでいって、イモータルシールドも。
Ocean used to have a tier, like I just said, they only choose tier 1. I mean, they're gonna have like a tournament, as far as I know. As far as I know, Oceania is gonna have one tournament. Okay, Van. Van, just picking up the Z jungle here. Okay, this game 1 was a little more normal. In game 2, both teams are going chains off. They're going for, on one side, QTD going for the Z jungle. On the other side, we have Recap's famous Veigar. The top lane just Mbessa Cassante. That's not interesting. But other, or maybe actually probably the Aatrox. Aatrox is better.
となるとちょっとスワップゲームの体制っていうところは低くなります。
素直に加算鉄の1対1を意識しつつ、あとは集団戦で動けるチャンピオンっていうところだとは思いますね。
Fajevia, yeah. Also, I'm just reading chat now. There's no way that the NA players will go back. Solo queue. I mean, NA solo queue is not the greatest, but it's not the oceanic solo queue.
序盤の、ナーフもありますよっていう話だったんですけど、結局9上げするんで、
ほとんど影響ないですね。その影響がある時間帯というのがすごく短い。ほぼほぼどの時
So
間
yeah,
帯でも強化されたと。
I just suspended the promotion system. I shared this one as well
ちょっと増えていきそうです。
on Twitter.
ただそんなジグスは
Just a really good post.
それに対してルシアンをワン。
やっぱりこのコンボピックっていうところを先にピックできる、ルシア
That's a really good post.
で後々他のサポートを合わせることもできるので、やっぱり依然として強力なままですよね。一応ルシアン・ブラーム、ブラームがナーフされたことによってそのコンボピック自体はパワーを落ちましたけど、特にルシアン単体で見ると問題なさそうですね。
そしてリジェクトはゲーム1で自分たちのラカン使ってるんでザヤラカンというラインこそありませんが、ザヤ消しましたね。一度やはりちょっとオールイン見なされるところ警戒しましたか。さあリジェクトホッピー版を QT リーグがラスト版で選択してからのセカンドビッグフェイズです。出るから
1
エンゲージの
second.
ところはまだ隠してますか。
エンゲージを先に抑える。さて QT リーグ、このエンゲージができるチャンピオン候補としてはレオナとかになりますかね。
ゼットジャングルっていうこともあるので、エンゲージ要素が欲しいならそういった類のチャンピオンは欲しいっていうところで、まずレオナから抑えていくということになりますか。
レオナ6組。
あとは AD のところをどういうふうな選択をするんですか。
Oren, what is happening here?
エズリアルにして機動力高くっていうところで
There's Ezreal for QTD, right?
ところも
You likes the Ezreal as
考
well.
えられるとは思いますし。
Severe?
確かにシビアであれば
Wait, what's happening here? The Kaiser makes sense for reject, but Severe?
さあこのシビアピック見てリジェクトラストピックはカイサになります。
Wait, what? What happened to Ezreal?
飛び込んでいく動きというのも
Ezreal is one of Yui's best champion.
あとはゼゾに
I guess like the spell shield is good against the Veigar, maybe?
だから回答していくことも
I mean, that is a thing I could imagine.
射程の面だったり
But like Ezreal is also very jumpy. I don't know.
DPS っていう部分で、シビアアジールを上回っていこうっていうのは結構虫がいい話だなというふうにも思うので、基本的にはその CC で捕まった相手に対してカイサが飛び込んでいって安心するようなそういうイメージでゲームをしていくということになると思うんですね。
I feel like Ezreal could have been better here, but I don't know. Maybe the special is that important for Yui.
絡め取って1キル取ってからの
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of engaged tools, and especially the Veigar, the ton of CC.
一方でQTリーグとしてはもうスノーに前から溶かしていく、
はい
5対5の集団戦っていう形にはなりますね。
チーム構成のコツとしては、QT リーグは序盤のそのゼドのクリア速度を生かして相手のこう仕掛けをこううまくさばいていってレイトゲームを見るっていうことになりますかね。リジェクトはそこを上回っていく必要があると。
Chat, if you wanna know anything else about the promotion tournament, just ask me.
オブジェクトだったりスノーボード
I am feeling overpowered right now.
ベイガーをピックしてるっていう
I'm feeling so overpowered. I understand every scenario.
かなりいいチャンピオン。
I feel like I have seen through the matrix.
CC 持ちの例えばアーリとか、
はい。
That example graph just absolutely made me like understand every single detail.
ベイガーだとちょっと試合のテンポを加速度的に上げていくっていうのが、なかなか難しいっていうところもあるので、
I'm seeing in 4-dimensional right now.
そのキャッチ主体の集団戦っていうところからゲームを作っていくんじゃないかなというふうに思いますね。
We are in game.
見ていきましょう。 LJL 2025ファイナルトーナメントラウンドはマッチ1ゲーム。
We are in game.
QT リーグ VS リジェクトスタートです。
そもそもベイガー VS アジール、アジールにベイガーっていうピックが、何年前でしたかね、2、3年ぐらい前でしたかに、出始めたんですけど、これは、アジールがそもそもレーニングそこまで強くないっていうところに、ベイガーがしっかりとファームし合える、数少ない相手だろうっていうところから出せる。あとは、E のイベントホライズンが、アジールの機動力だったり、DPS 出してくるところに牽制をかけられるっていうのが、カウンター要素として、試されていたピックではありますね。
兵士操作するときに足どうしても止まりますからね。し かも射程的にもこう当てやすいと。
そうなんですよね。
レベル1ライナのフェロマンシーシールドも使いながら一度仕掛けを見せるのはリジェクトです。
まあ、自分を殴らせていた時間分サンバーはミニオンを殴ることができているので、まあ、シビア相手ではあるんですけどプッシュを
コントロール取りましたね。
しっかり取りに行けてますね。
そしてトップレーンではキナツ、まあ、このカサンタ相手にアンメッサかエイトロックスかというところ迷ってましたけれども、今回はエイトロックス。
まあ、アンベッサも使ってさらにキャッチを強化していってもまあいいだろうなとは思ってはいたんですけど、
I understand everything.
集団戦のところをまあ強化しに行った、よりダメージが出せるピックっていうところでのエイトロックスになりましたね。そしてやはりゼドジャングルクリアが早いですね。
もうワンキャンプすでにさ
Alright.
ってますね。
I really need to start watching VCS, guys. That's what I'm getting into. I really need to start watching VCS as well. I'm not gonna be streaming it, Ben. I need to start watching VCS. VCS is gonna be very important because VCS winner, it seems like gonna be directly playing against the Vikings or TSG. Okay, Hatel going in. You against the first blood? Okay, Yuhi? I wasn't familiar with your game. I said I would have liked the Ezreal more. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right with the severe pick as Van. Van always gonna be buffering Forest. And there's a flash out from the Viego, but there's a kill steal from Van. Okay, that was a nice seeker. That was a nice seeker from somewhere. Trying to equalize a tiny bit, but oh my, Van. That was a nice kill there as well. This is still good for QTD. Do you think Reject has a chance to promote to SCP? Do I answer with my heart or do I answer with my brain? Now that I learned how the system works, I just went through it. I'm an expert now on the promotion system. I'm an expert now on the promo system. I think I understand everything about that now. Okay, and if they do things like this against like a Frank or DCG, then it's not gonna be working out. If they do things against like a Frank or DCG, nah. But I mean, there's a chance. The free for a slot is obviously so if there could be other scenarios as well. But I feel like the most likely scenario right now at this very moment is that Reject would be playing against Chiefs, the PCS winner, the Oceania winner, I don't know how it's gonna be called, but like Oceanic tournament winner, the wildcard winner, and that's it. I think that is the most likely right now. Now, if that's the case, who's doing the best right now in PCS? Still DCG? Let's say DCG wins PCS. DCG looking very strong. They have Hongshu in the mid. Hongshu is really good for like tier 2. He was on PSG as a substitute for like a long time as well. So DCG is gonna be really hard. DCG is gonna be really hard to beat for Reject. I feel like the other teams are beatable 100%. The PCS team is gonna be the biggest hurdle. Okay, wait, 1-1 so far. Recap got a kill. Okay, Summer got a kill as well. Reject is coming back. Maybe I was too harsh on them early on. I mean, they're gonna be scaling. They're gonna be scaling with the Kai'Sa and the Vanguard, so I guess there's no issues there. No issues there.
そこでリキャップとしてはじっとこらえてこのファイトに参加してきたというのが QTD からすると予想外だったんだと思いますね。直前のところでもダイスは
My favorite team is to check this year, but domestic with domination master regardless. Only to, I mean, they have only lost to LJL, right? There was no Saigon Dino. But besides Saigon Dino, it was just LJL. I feel like LDL and LCL are just much better.
このリプレイ中ソロキル
Wait, what happened?
ライナーをバン
What happened there?
たんでしょうか。
So yeah, the losses were to LGD. We beat
タイ
BLG,
ミングで
but then WE and
あ、なる
OMG.
ほど。プッシュしきった後に
LDL is still pretty good, even though with the old restrictions because of the age low.
から
LDL is still pretty good,
ライナーのみ捕まって
and LCKCL is just the best tier 2 right now in Asia.
サンバーのリコールが
So I don't think that's like too bad for now.
いや本当に
I think DCG is beatable, but it's hard.
ぐらいならまあもう大丈夫だろう。
Asia Masters is gonna be helping Reject to prepare for that, I think.
これはよく巻き込まなかったというふうに
I do think it's gonna be helping them prepare.
いやしかしバンのゼドも3キル赤月完成
But with that being said, it's like it's not gonna be an easy one.
7レベル
There was like one single match that Reject and DCG played already.
本当に丸々
That is likely gonna be what we're seeing in like promo tournament. I wanted to say it fast.
結局まあレイが
They have lost to DCG once.
強く出されてはいるんですけど、ファームできるっていうだけであって、レーンの主導権はレイ側が取れるわけじゃ
How
ない
close was that? Okay, I don't remember really.
っていうのもあって、まあ、ゼドがここまでフリーで受けてしまっているというのもありますね。
いやバンミッドレーンライナーカバーをしているがダイスの高低の分されライナーを捉えたフェロマンシエテルのエンゲージ
Now, I think DCG is beatable, but this is gonna be hard. Easier than LDL or LCKCL though is all I'm saying.
ダイスとバンは
It's easier than them.
継続していません一度仕切り直してミッドレーン
Obviously, like the best scenario,
書いていきます
this is unlikely, but like not impossible.
ボイドグラブをフォレス
The best scenario would be
一体の
LCP ends with CFO first, TSV second, Vikings third. Unlikely, especially with the new PCG roster. I think very unlikely this is what we're getting, but if both TSV and Vikings make it to Worlds, that would mean that Reject is likely playing against DFM. And I think they can beat DFM. So that would be like the best scenario for Reject fans, not for DFM fans. And also, I mean, I guess like it's one of those cases when if that happens, it's like a guaranteed LJL slot. But if the most likely scenario happens, then DFM would be safe. They're not gonna be relegated. And if then Reject wins the free-for-all slot, that would mean we're gonna be having 3 LJL teams in the LCP, which would be amazing. So it's a higher reward as well.
獲得はリジェクト QT リーグは残っていたボイドグ
It's a higher reward. That would be great if he has 3 LJL teams. I would love that one so much. That is like the absolute dream scenario. But beating DCG is gonna be hard, so they definitely need some more practice. No questions about that.
リジェクトの方がこのタイミングでローテーション変えていきます。ただこれに対応して QT リーグも場次第リコールです。ここからちょっとレーンの割合をどうしていくかですね。ボットレーンにリジェクトはサンバーとライナーを戻しています。そしてキナツがトップレーン。そしてワシダイもリコールを入れていましたが、レーンの割り当て的にはそのままトップレーンに行きそうですね。ボットレーンに夕日とヘテルが見えています。
Reject still has a chance to qualify for the Asia Masters finals, right?
はい。
Their point system is so complicated, I cannot really follow that.
25.14 ということを考えても、まあ、そっちの方が、バフの恩恵を受けやすい。
まあクラケンスレイヤーがね、非常に強くなったというパッチでもありますからね。
I don't really know what is happening.
移動速度上昇も
はい
バカにならないですか
I mean, DCG is also beatable. I feel like if I look at like transitive property or whatever it's called, then DCG had very similar results to Reject. They had very similar ones.
このバンを中心にという
Both got beaten by LGD.
バンのいるところに夕日とヘ
And reject beat both and both beat BRC.
トレーに入っていくリジェクトライナ
I think they're somewhat closer than people think.
ライナのエンゲージを回避しました
But definitely, I cannot wait to hopefully stream. Nothing is official, but hopefully stream the promo tournament as well. I mean, announcements should be coming soon. I don't want to leak anything, but as LCB is also fun. It just I feel like promo tournament is like such a huge weight. Like you're gonna be watching that team for the next year.
出てくるオブジェクトがさあバンを見つけたフォレストバンは継続してレッドバフボーレン
No.
避けています
I feel like even though Vaughn had a better early game, obviously with the said, I feel like Ryan is just super strong now. That guy is gonna be scaling like crazy. And even if Ryan is gonna get taken down here, can Recap still take this? The Vanguard is gonna be really good late. But can they get late here? And the Ozzy is going in. There's Forest. Forest trying to go for the reset. No reset city. No reset city. They're gonna be cleaning up reject. I just talked about reject. I just jinxed them. I was talking about how reject might be beating QTD. Or sorry, I might be beating DCG. No. I mean, I still think that no matter what happens here, first of all, it's double elimination. So I think this is gonna be our final match as well. Even if QTD would win here, I feel like that doesn't matter. And also, okay, wait a second. Kinatsu is kind of channeling Kingen. Wait a second. Okay, sure. Even this game is not over. But even if they lose this game, even if they lose this series, which I don't think would happen, but even then, I really think this will be our finals as well, like the grand finals. Whichever team loses here, likely gonna be running the lower bracket. So I would expect these two teams to meet in the grand finals again. With that being said, I would say QTD is doing a little bit better now. And here's a fun fact for every one of you who's watching. Here's a fun fact. Did you guys know that Reject in playoffs this year have only lost one single game? The entire year. They only lost in playoffs one single game. They have lost regular season games here and there. Like they have done that. They have lost regular season games. But when it comes to playoffs, they're locking in. They've only lost one single game to QTD. And I mean, that was a 3-1 as well in the end, so... Yeah, they didn't really get hurt by that one loss. Would it be the same case here? Or would there even be a game taken away from them? I mean, they don't even want to give away one single game. It's the second game. They're coming back now. They're coming back. The Reset City. The Reset City is up and alive. Oh, you should never let the Viego do things like that. It's so incredibly annoying to play against the Viego. You just have to take that guy down immediately. Because if your team starts losing members, the Viego just gonna go for the resets. And Forest is like Forest, Viego, and Recap's Vanguard. These are kind of like their like pocket picks. I mean, Viego is not really a pocket pick, but you know, still like both of them are well known for. That's on me. That is on. I'm sorry, Recap. That is on me. That is entirely on me. Are we gonna be seeing Forest also dying right after? I mean, he's coming in. Yuhi's gonna be pretty low though. Listen, they're gonna go for more. They're gonna be happy with just taking down the turret. There is still a tiny bit of a lead for QTD, which they're gonna add more into with this turret now. A tiny bit of a lead for them. But with that being said, the team fights are not really showcasing that, and the Zed is gonna be losing a little bit of agency, I think, as the game goes on. But the Vanguard is gonna get even more and more. That guy is gonna be scaling like crazy, and so is the Kaisa. Like the carries, the two carries in the reject comp, they're just gonna be scaling almost to infinity. Not the Kaisa, but the Vanguard. So I feel like this is just gonna get harder and harder to play. QTD trying to at least get this would be their first objective, I think. Oh no, sorry, second objective. So defeat is coming down to one more objective.
ちょっと中盤以降
Defeat is coming down to one more any objective. And that team would be taking the feats for themselves.
プレイヤーグイーンソーという選択ですね、3番。
And in QTD, I mean, they need it. I don't even know if that would be enough, but they need something because, oh my god, look at the team fights. They are Reset City coming in. Forest is still trying to do damage, but now only coming for the reset. Continue to help take down this turret. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. That
いやもうテレポート等で反応される前にもう即座にダイブの判断狙っていきましたね。
early game was not too bad from QTD, and even they have some moments. They're really trying hard to clench onto their gold lead. They're really trying hard to like keep this tiny gold lead that they're having, but I'm just that their comp is just not really set up for the late game. The comp is just not working as well as time goes on.
夕日がウェブクリアしてくるだろうと。
So that's the most they can do, but it's gonna be less effective. I mean, some resort is strong, but
早稲田も歩いて寄ってきてるというところから夕日
I don't see the abilities. I don't think this Kaisa is a full ability just yet. Like, she's gonna get even stronger from here on.
WR とレルに入ってこられてスペルシールド関係なく倒されてしまいましたね。しかも3番も
So there is the story of reject.
アルティメットを使って
But as I said before,
でも
hopefully I'm not jinxing them right now.
込み込まれるような形になったので夕日
But this team, Reject, who said at the start of the year that their goal is not to win LJL, their goal is to win LCP promotion. They said their gaze, their aim, their eyes are far beyond reaching over the LJL.
ダメージは入りましたがキルまでは繋がりません。
They said that LCP. They only care about LCP. And this team, I mean, they're really hard in LJL, so I understand their statement.
このわずかな時間帯
But they need to fix so many things.
ではゼノの
Asia Masters have proved, I mean, they mostly lost to LDL teams. They lost to DCG once. That is gonna be probably their main competition when it comes to actually promoting.
時間っていうのを消しました。
DCG is definitely gonna be their main team to beat alongside Chiefs, obviously. Most likely. I'm saying most likely, maybe DFM.
ということもあってリジェ
One of the two. One of those two.
キルプレッシャーを回数がかけやすいというところまで含めて
But as for the tier 2 teams, it's gonna be DCG who they need to look forward to.
回数がミッドから姿を
And Asia Masters have shown us that
サイドの一対
they're close, but DCG beat them. It was a BO1, so don't take it too seriously. But
マークをつけることができる。まあ師匠はと
nonetheless,
いうところになって
their eyes really are far beyond this league. But it need to fix their issues because their early game was not the greatest, and while they do have a scaling comp, I don't think a team like DCG would just let them do this.
夕日はかなりファームを妨害されてはいるものの
I like their pocket picks though, I have to say. The pocket picks are really good.
トップミッドのところでファームができていてすでに通行が完成しています
Forest on the Viego. I mean, he died a few times, alright, but I feel like in the last few fights he has played pretty well. That this is one of his stronger
として
picks.
はまあ大きな狙いになっていると思いますので
I definitely love to see this guy with
で
Tevistas.
も10秒後になってきてます。
ここがかなり重要になりますね
ポジション取りでは今 QTD がミッドを仕返し
But when it comes to a lot of the other games,
ねバンは
they're just playing absolutely normal.
リジェクトも冷静ですねここ
あーここ勝負せず
I actually even asked them. Like I was like in the previous co-streams, I was like, "Hey, Reject, play some weirder comps."
トップサイドしか全くないですね QTD
Because a lot of times they were just playing the boring ones. So
としても自分たち
I'm happy to see they're playing a little experimental comps
あ
too.
これトレードになりますね
But with that being said, it doesn't really matter.
集団戦負けちゃうと
It is all just a preparation for the eventual grand finals and then maybe LCP promotion.
ドラゴンとのトレードにして
As they're gonna be trading the. I mean,
使いながらタワーをこう
at this point,
ビルドを進めて
I guess QTD could not go for the Atacon, so trading it for the Dragon and 2 turrets is probably their best choice here.
召喚してインナータワーまでタック
I don't hate this,
しかし4名
but it's just like not much they can do.
タワーをシール
Reject is just running over them. They have to watch.
これはボットのインナータワーとのトレードにはなりそうです
Reject is also gonna be having the gold lead at this point. Even though QTD
残りますがあまあ
were really trying hard to keep the lead for themselves,
もう
it's
必
It's kind of over. Okay, maybe this. Okay, the turret is a little bit bringing it back.
トレードにはなりました。トップボットの
But nonetheless, I mean, it's still. It has been a while since Q3 has won a fight convincingly. The scorelines are lying. The scorelines are a big lie.
ところまで行ってましたね。
Because Kai'Sa gonna be super strong, but much stronger than the Sivir right now.
リーグとしてはこの第一戦
Has all the everything is upgraded, right? I cannot really tell, but I think so.
戦の前までには必ず
Yeah, everything is upgraded. I'm fairly certain.
ちょっと現状そのゼドとアジルのパワーだけでは苦しいというところにはなっているので
And yeah, Babas the Veigar is also gonna be just scaling. Zonya is now done as well.
スリークを完成させたい。逆にリジクとしてはその前に当たれれば
狙っている。ボール投げ
I mean, Reject needs to make a big mistake here for them to lose. Even though technically the gold is equal.
状況等々を見ても今のタイミング
I feel like QTD just doesn't have like a single carry who could
でしたね
really deal the damage. The Sivir is not really that type of carry.
エンゲージするためにもフラッシュは必要ですし逃げる手段を持ち合わせていないのでフラッシュがないと
She's just not really that one who could like go. I mean, I guess like what Sivir kind of. This the Sivir currently is not necessarily super meta.
ダイス3コアです。
She's not really having pentakills left and right like she used to.
狙っていくと思います。
今度はちょっとリジェクトとしては3番の3コアっていうことになりますね。こうなると。
So I don't think that's necessarily gonna be
カイさんのスリー
paying out for them. That Sivir is like probably the strongest member on QTD.
ビエゴの W きっかけで
Are we gonna be waiting for Baron though?
環境にならないと
Are we gonna be waiting for Baron?
戦うのは難しいという判断になる。
It does feel like
でも確認できてますリジェクト。3コアができている
QTD needs something big, and the dragon might be their answer to their struggles. Because it doesn't really look like they can win team
ア
fights.
ップしてきてはいませんけれども。
Has been a while. The golden is somewhat equal,
リジェクトです。
but it just their comp is not really working well in that part of the game. They're falling behind more and more.
怖いですか。
はい。
They need something big, and the Baron might be the answer, but they'll be sticking around, trying to at least farm. Get maybe one more item though. I mean, everyone is on 3 items. Almost everyone. The Zed is done on 3 items.
形が取れるだけでも優位にことが
Oh, Vaughn. I mean, I think he can still recall. Need to pick up the third item as
か
well
らそのオブジェク
for
ト
this
の
fight.
っていうところに付き合わずに再度エイトロックスが1対1
Oh no. If Hetel dies here, this is so over. Oh no. Oh no. Classic. Classic.
ワードによって
Recalling in the Baron pit. We've all been there.
その有利からまあじわじわとキャッチプレッシャーをかけていくっていうところ
We've all been there, and at this point, I feel like QTD just
先に
running out of options now.
あのところで
Baron spawning in 10 seconds. He's gonna be up for that one, but I mean,
ここからは
I don't think they can really contest this now.
同じように
Doesn't seem like Reject would go for the Baron either. They would rather use this opportunity to reset.
オブジェクトを選べるそういう権利がある時間帯になってきてます単純な5対5の
I was sure they would be going for the Baron, but
なんですが
I mean, once again, they're not in a rush.
まあすでに2つ
They have pretty good scaling on their side, so why would rush it? Why would we careless with that?
さてバロンは
Forest on the side,
まだ20秒。ミッドのアウタータワーの跡地に
looking forward to some picks around. Maybe wait for even Dragon, but only would be their third Dragon, so no soul for them.
から自分たちのポジションを取る
I don't think they would be trading in though.
がトップサイド側
QTD might be.
取りに行く
QTD might be trading it at this point.
中に捉えたがスタにはなりません。
Maybe that's what Reject is waiting for. Just a calm Baron, or wait.
裏を
They surely know that Kinatsu is there, yeah?
キナスのポジション。それでもエンゲージ。
There's a bit Rhino going, but it's a very predictable engage. He has to even flash out from that one. Very predictable. Reject is running out of options here for engages. They're running out. They use a lot for this engage, and every one of them failed so far. So
プロジェクトもかな
now the question is, what can QTD do?
り
It is now their time.
ですのよねそこを切らされた
There's obviously Azure ultimate available.
プロジェクトはアルティメットの
Obviously, Yu's ultimate is available while Reject is doing the dragon. It was all just a big distraction. Somewhere all alone, they just gotten the dragon. That's gonna be their third dragon, very close now to the Infernal Soul.
バロン触って集団戦調整させる動きですね。
As it's gonna be QTD starting on the Baron.
という判断で
Or we're gonna be seeing some flips here. They kind of have to go for that one. They're probably losing this, but I'm not faulting them. They have to go for this. Is Rhino going in? Rhino's gonna go down though. Wait a second. Okay, there it is. Never mind. Reset City. It looked fine for like 1 second, but then the resets have started. Kinatsu is also unbeatable, and the resets are still going. Somewhere as well, gonna get the ace for the team, and this is once and for finally as well. That is gonna be reject, taking the second game too. They're probably gonna recall before that, but like this is their game now. Maple joining back is good for bad PSG. I mean, this is good. I like Maple. I like Maple. The talent team didn't really work out, I think. They kind of overperformed, I feel like, in playoffs, then just choked against GAM. They should have been better. It was so weird. The playoffs are so weird in LCP. TSV choked first. Then PSG and GAM got much better than I thought. Then PSG's... Then the PSG... then PSG just choked against GAM. I don't know what happened. That is weird. Invictus or top? I don't know what it means. Oh, like today? Probably IG. Okay, what the hell is... Okay, I mean, Kinatsu went down, but like that was not a fair fight. What on earth? Chad, I feel like this Aatrox champion is not balanced.
自然に折れていくようなタワーでしたから、そのタワーを折っている時間を使って逆サイド。
Okay, some were just ulting in. Okay, yeah, they're ending it. They're ending it right now. Despite the lackluster early game, Reject is gonna be taking the 2-0. It seems like Dice is on the sideline trying to do some magic, maybe stopping the basing, but it's not happening. So yeah, back to your question, I think IG. I don't have that high hopes in top. Like, but I don't know, they're doing so well like domestically all the time, so I have no idea, man. I would love IG to do well. It just TS is somehow good in the region. Just somehow good in the region and then fail at internationals. I don't know what. I don't know how. We'll see. Also, we'll see like if Vay is Vay even playing. I'm not even sure about that. I'm not sure what's happening. There's been so many changes in the LPL. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't really keep up with everything. But IG still has their core, so and I like that core a lot. I would love to see them enter roles as well. Honkyu Maple. Oh yes, Honkyu Maple. That is the reason I really like that Maple is coming back. That is the reason why I'm like super happy about this signing. Is we finally seeing Honkyu versus Maple. That was like the big, like that every single person, every single article, every single video was like the new Maple, the new Maple, the new Maple. But we never seen them against each other since Maple just retired when Honkyu started playing. So we never seen that matchup, even though there is a comparison point that every single person makes. So I cannot wait to see that.
ちょっとこのプッシュの対応にも当たらなくてはいけない QT リーグではありますけれども、ただミッドプッシュでも負けるとワシダイが囲まれたイベントホライズンの中
Okay, Rhino engaged. Not too bad. Ulting in as well. I mean, Vashile is gonna be just dead very fast. Kinatsu's damage is just too insane. And the reset city. They finally gotta be finishing off this game. I mean, Vaughn is the only one left on the map. But I don't think he can really withstand it for too long either. Oh! Kinatsu almost predicted that one. Well, this team is gonna be going for the end. A little bit more sketch early game. But a 2-0 still goes to reject. And they're not looking to lose a single game once again in playoffs. CFO, PHC, GAM. I don't think GAM is that good. I feel like GAM was really good in playoffs. Like, GAM was really good in playoffs. I'm gonna give it to them. GAM was really good in playoffs. But have we forgotten the season? Chat. You guys have been here watching my co-streams. Have we forgotten? GAM was really bad in the season. Like, both other Vietnamese teams were looking better than GAM. They were really bad in the regular season. Now, maybe MSI experience is gonna be helping them. They're gonna have like a scrim against Los Ratones today, so maybe that's also affecting what I think of them right now. But the thing is, I feel like TSV should be much better. That team has been scaling like crazy. They choked in playoffs, unfortunately. TSV choked. But I feel like TSV should be better. And there's also Vikings. Like, Vikings is also a really good team. I don't know what happened to them last split. Like, last split, they were kind of meh. But they should be a really good team as well. Like, they actually should be a really good team. Yeah, GG's. The lead was not like 2K was the lead most for them. Wasn't even that much actually.
彼育っていったっていうところもあってダイスのダメージ出てましたけれども、それにこう匹敵するような量を、3番も出してましたし、あとやっぱちょっと集団戦周りでの判断がかなりいいですね、リジェクト。いや本当に素晴らしいですよね。リキャップも2割3割のヘルスで、まさかボットファイトに参加してくるとはっていうところで、ダイスリコールしましたからね、タイミング。
Vikings SH DFM. I feel like Vikings on paper should be really good. Like, their split one was really good. But they have been super lackluster last split, so I don't know what to think of them. DFM, I feel like it's gonna... I feel like they're gonna be staying the same. Like, we don't know SH's roster, we don't know DFM's roster, and we don't know Chiefs' roster. I feel like those three are still gonna be staying as the last three. But I mean, depending on rosters, really. All three probably gonna be staying last three, but the order in which they are is heavily dependent on what kind of roster they're gonna be bringing. SAG has maybe the most chance to kind of break out from this bottom three. Again, I mean, I told you guys before. Courage has not played solo queue in a while. Courage has not played in a while. And even before that, he was playing support. There is another jungler named Guvon, who's a free agent. I don't think Husha would be better in a... Here's the thing. I don't think Husha would be good. I don't think Husha would be good in the Japanese team. Because if you remember, Like SAG was also really bad at the start. Why? Because communication issues. They were really bad at the start. I mean, even now they're not the best. But you know what I mean. Their excuse is always communication issues. If Fusha goes to a Japanese team, I feel like that's like the same thing again. Like if he goes to DFM, same thing again. If he goes to SAG, same thing again. So yeah, I don't even know where he would go, honestly, because I don't. Maybe if he was Korean, then like I mean, most teams like a SAG and DFM, they're like kind of speaking at least like League of Legends Korean. Even the Japanese players understand a little bit of League of Legends Korean. But like I mean, I don't know. The only person who I know speaks Mandarin is Hiroki, but Hiroki is not playing in LCP, so yeah. I don't really know where Husha would go, honestly. That is a big mystery to me. Maybe DFM is getting Husha, but like I don't think it's gonna be happening that much. Like they just cannot speak. They don't have a common language, so yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's hard. Doggo performed well at MSI. Yeah, I mean everyone was doing well. Honky was also so insane. I don't think Honky lost a single lane. Even in the losses. Oh my god, I want to eat some pizza now. I'm gonna make some pizza after this stream. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. SAG could definitely upgrade, I think, with Guvon. I think they could upgrade with Guvon. The support situation, I'm not sure what they're gonna do with that. I mean, Courage was playing support for a while in like solo queue, but then he didn't play in a long time, so I was like, maybe they're trying to do it like he plays support. I don't know what they're trying to do there, but that's not happening. So I don't know what is gonna be their situation. They couldn't even do that because Gan is a SCP player. Yeah, I feel like SAG and DFM are just in a trouble. Like they're in a big trouble. There's not really any moves they could make. The only one I could think of is SAG Guvon. That would make the team a little bit better, but like they would still have massive issues in the support. So I don't think that's enough to beat any of the like the Vikings or like anyone outside of the bottom three. So I don't know. As for DFM, I mean, DFM is basically just fighting not to get lost. If DFM ends lost, they have to go to the promote tournament and play against Reject, most likely. But if for example, they would end second to last, there's a very good chance that they don't even have to go to promote tournament and they can just stay in SCP. So yeah. The VR chat was super fun. I checked this last time. Or not last time, like a split one, grand finals. Checked out the VR chat. There are so many people there. Legit, they're talking about the game as well. It's like actually like in a theater. It's kind of crazy. I just couldn't stream it because my PC can't handle like the VR plus the streaming. It's a little too much to calculate the VR stuff and the PCs like and the streaming stuff. Hello, Kurami. My cat has arrived. Hello, Kurami. What are you doing here, Kurami? My cat has arrived to watch Reject 3-0. Chat, do you want to see my cat? Kurami, come here. Kurami. Kurami, say hello to chat. Hello. Who are you rooting for, Kurami? She's a Reject fan. She said she's a Reject fan. And Reject is looking to 3-0 this one. Again, they are the playoff kings. This year, only lost one. I said this so many times. Only lost one single game in playoffs this year. They're the playoff kings. And they're looking to do the same thing here. If they win this one 3-0, I feel like they're going to be... Until the grand finals, I don't think they're going to be losing a game. The grand final is likely going to be once again a rematch against QTD. I would be shocked if... I mean, maybe Burning Core can do some damage, but I think the grand final should be Reject QTD. People are surprised in this MSI CFO performance as absolutely. Yeah. I mean, people are surprised. I'm not surprised. I know it already. People just don't watch LCP. I mean, I was watching, obviously, I was streaming LCP. I was watching every single match. And I was like, yeah, this makes sense. This looks like the top city league, yeah. It's not a hot take. I don't know why people get so mad when I'm saying this. I'm like, yeah, LCP is the third best region, yeah. It's like, Europe is not in the best shape right now. And it's like, we are 5 regions, you know. Like, basically, there are 5 different regions. Obviously, it's gonna be super, like, it's gonna be competitive. And CFO is, CFO is just a super team, so there's that as well. But there are, like, 5 different regions. Obviously, it's, like, gonna be really good. We have access to the Korean server as well. So it's not a hot take. And also, it's not like I would be flaming EU or NA with this one. I'm not flaming them. It just, that's like server diff. Server diff. That's the fact that we can play on the Korean server. It is what it is. But yeah, I really want to make a video about LCP because I know a lot of people love the CFO's performance. A lot of people probably are not fans. I heard, at least I personally heard from a lot of the people that they are like, oh, this team is looking pretty nice. I really want to watch more games of them. And there is going to be an announcement coming soon. I don't want to leak anything. I'm not allowed to leak anything. But there is going to be an announcement coming very soon. Hopefully soon, so I can talk about it. There is going to be an announcement coming very soon. And after that announcement is coming, then I'm going to make a video about like, hey guys, LCP. The video's title is probably going to be like, so you just became a CFO fan or something like that. And it's going to be about, so you just became a CFO fan. Let me introduce you to all the other teams we have. Yeah, if Maple is still good, which is... Maple took like a 2-month, like 2 split break. And he was still playing solo queue and watching every game. He was a streamer. I feel like Maple is still going to be pretty good. Like, he was not bad last year. Maple was still pretty good. He didn't have competition. And now this young prodigy in Honkyu coming in. I can see why he is fired up again. I feel like PSG is going to be really good. My pre-prediction would be CFO PSG 1-2. But we'll see. I feel like I really want TS3 at Worlds, man. I really want TS3 at Worlds. I'm a big TS3 fan, especially Taki. I really want Taki at Worlds. They just kind of choked playoffs, but I feel like they still would do some damage there in Worlds. I would also see I would love to see Vikings as well. I don't know what happened to Vikings last split. They look really shaky. But name power alone, I feel like Vikings also should be pretty good. And S2FM is a pretty good coach, so hopefully they bounce back. The only reason I don't think Vikings would make Worlds It's because they're starting in the lower group, and the competition is not gonna be that great. Now I think there's a chance they get to the upper group in the breaker matches. But with that being said, I'm still not looking the best for them, is what I'm saying. I feel like TS3 is gonna get so much better practice in the upper group. But again, I wanna make a video about that. But when is LCP starting? I don't even know. When is LCP starting? 20. Wait, it's like a week. It starts in a week? Oh Jesus Christ. And I still have Genshin videos to make. Okay, I'm not gonna sleep, I guess. Video after video, it is for me. I really wanna get the teams though. Wait, did LoL Sport leak? Sometimes LoL Sport leaks. I love that site. Okay, let's see. Sometimes they're leaking.
どこから作っていくのかっていうところで、おそらくもう本人たちの中ではジャングルミッドのところを起点に、
Wait, who's display us? Let's see if they're leaking rosters or not. Sometimes they do. Any Chiefs leaks? No, they updated it, but no leaks. Maybe they are more cautious about that. How could if I carry a harp? Yeah, just go on. Yeah, no, they're not leaking. Not leaking. Yeah. No leaks. No leaks from LoL Esport this time around. What about the GCD? Any leaks? They're not leaking anymore. Come on. They're not leaking anymore. They fixed it. What? There you go. They fixed it. They're not leaking anymore. Sad. Okay, I'll be right back. Chad. I forgot to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. I mean, we're still just the first phase of the bans. Be right back.
狙っていく可能性は高いかなとは思いますね。
ここで変化をつけてきたのは QT リーグファーストバンフェーズでルシアンを消します。リジェクトは死んじゃお、サイゴン死んじゃおというバン。
先ほどはアジールっていう明確なOP チャンピオンをファーストピックで取るっていうところがあったのでバルス版自分たちでしていましたが、今回は開けて自分たちが取るという選択肢も当然ありますよね。
ということであれば、この対抗策として出てくる可能性のあるルシアンをあらかじめバンしておこうということなんですかね。
だと思いますね。
さあ、ルシアン、トランドルと QT リーグがバンを行いました。
これでもノーチラスをどうするか。
そうですね、リジェクトはかなりこのファーストバンフェーズでノーチラスバンというのを徹底してます、ここまで。ただここで変えました。
ここで開けた。
サイラスバンです。となると、ちょっと QT リーグからすると、そのノーチラスというピックもね、気にはなるポイントだと思いますけれども。
ただバルス空いたのであれば、取っていっていいと思いますけどね。
確かに、
2個から取る。
レーンのボットレーンのコントロールも取りたいし、かつエンゲージというところでもね、2個役割を持つことができます。
でもそうは言っても、バルスを取っておけばもうほぼほぼボットレーンの主導権取りに行けるという中で2個から取るというのは少し意外な選択ではありましたね。
さあリジェクト、ただリジェクトもバルスと取るのではなくてビクター、そして空いたノーチラス。
ビクターの方をより優先したかったということですか。でもノーチラスのところをバルスにしてその後ノーチラス取っても2個サポートが見えてるというところでもあるので、いいのかなと思う。
2個 first pick it is.
バルスが来たら来たで陣。
Alright. Now, Kalista might be good here, by the way. I don't like the Kalista. I mean, obviously, we all know the infamous Kalista score line at MSI. I don't like the Kalista, but I think if there is any combination that's better than the others, there's the Kalista Nico.
ただまあアンベッサーを取ってるところ
So I can like maybe see Kalista working here for QTD.
場合はまあジンの方が
But oh, the Varus is much better though.
まあ素直に
Oh, the Varus is much better. But they're gonna go for the jungler though instead.
ウーコン集団戦も見ますよ。
Pretty good engage on the QTD side already.
ジャングルのピックです。
It's still gonna be hard though.
忍者をトランドルと聞いてますから。
Like the mid lane matchup is. I mean, I feel like Nico could be mid lane as well, obviously, but
場合もちょっと出しづらいですか。
there's already pretty good scaling on the reject side. Renekton. Okay, some early game. Some early game might be.
選択肢もかなり少なくなっているというところからまあアンベッサーに対してのカウンターピックを先に用意しておきたいです。
Okay, we're going some early pressure on the top lane. Kinatsu has been playing pretty well so far, so understandable.
次は AD キャリーのピックを保留すると。
But that means somewhere is probably gonna get banned out now by QTD. And even though they have been stomping so far,
触れたくないという
still game C already gonna have quite a lot of champions banned in Fearless.
ね消しておきたいというところで
Actually, even QTD doesn't have ADC,
キューティーティグは今度は逆に
so I would definitely expect some ADC bans. And I don't know about the Kalista. I feel like Kalista Nico is still pretty good, so we might be seeing a Kalista ban.
そうですねまあ倍
消えてるんですね。
But there's still like many ADCs. It's not like a game 5 scenario.
というところもありつつあとはリーシンも AD3 下がってると
そうなんですよ。かなり
Now, who else would it be banned against Dice?
目立ったジャングル
Maybe a Corki.
いるので僕はまあ
Do I mean, they have a bunch of AD. I don't think Corki mid lane would be good here.
AD キャリーの番というところ
Ori though, understandable on the ban. Ori would have been way more engaged as well.
2つ続けます。赤い
Maybe a Jin ban now from QTD.
あとまあ飛び込みに対して対処しやすいチャンピオンでいくとエズリアルがあるので
But Ezreal, it's gonna be the Ezreal.
エズリアルと
So my question is just a Jin here for somewhere, right? It just feels like an easy peasy Jin angle.
バルス陣残ってますけど
I guess they can steal away the Varus as well. Yeah.
と思います
The costers just said it. I'm stealing the costers analysis.
プレッシャーはかなり高いですね。
I guess they can steal away the Varus. The Varus steal away would be pretty good for reject.
バックライン入って
But they're gonna be going for the Vi though, first of all.
もうここは
A lot. I mean, they need some engage, I guess. Hard engage. And they gotta. I mean, Corki. That's probably be Corki bot lane though. For Yuhi here.
そして
I wouldn't like the Corki mid lane this time around for QTD.
まあバルスか後期かっていうところですかね、QTD は。
But the Varus makes sense. The Varus makes a lot of sense for QTD.
バルスその2択であればバルス
I do feel like it's gonna be the Varus.
まず見て
And okay, Rise Varus probably it is then.
サイドの主導
They're thinking about ADC a lot. I feel like there is a pretty easy Varus angle here, like a really good poke.
駆け引きみたいなところが
Somewhat a good engage as well, like follow up at least. I like the Varus in general. The Varus Nico is a pretty good lane. Or maybe Caitlyn. The Caitlyn Nico would just storm the lane.
かなり迷ってますね
Kate Nico would absolutely storm the lane. But the Varus is probably good, better in team fights and in general.
さすがに空いてるのであればということで
Oh! Wait, is she enabled?
グローバルバンされて
No, no, she's not. Okay, I was like, wait.
はい
I don't like the Kalista. The Jin, I said the Jin. The Jin is the best one.
まあバルス
I really hope for a Jin here.
はジン
Samira? Okay, they're here to play. They're here to play. Somewhere
最高
not here to pick the boring champions. They're here to play.
いやー確かにサンバ使ってるイメージありますけど、
うんまあ一つ
I'm gonna be honest, it's not the greatest comp.
そこでまあ
It's not the greatest,
序盤からダメージも
but it's his reject. So
でそこの部分で
I think they still win. I like you to this comp
いう
a lot better. Much better.
ただここ
I do feel like you to this comp is a lot better here, but
バルスにこう
with that being said,
まあ波のピック取った
reject is reject.
そうですね、確かに
You cannot deny that fact.
陣取ったとしても勝てないですから、
はいまあであればよりこうキルに振り
Obviously, like, best comp would have been Jin here for reject, but
だと思いますけどね
Somber is not here to play the boring champs.
いやーしかしここで出しますかサミーラ。
うーん
Samira. Somber's Samira.
まあラス
So we're gonna be watching now.
ト飛び出しましたけど、
まあ あ集団戦が軸になっているっていうのはもう3ゲームとして変わらないっていうところではあるんですけど、まあ QTD の方はアンベッサ、ウーコン、ニーコ、この辺りのエンゲージが非常に強いチャンピオンが揃ってはいるので、ここで
Nice engage tools on the side of QTD.
キューペシャかけていく。
はい。
But I feel like if
このリジェクトに関しても
scaling wise, it's a bit weird. I mean, there is the Victor with a pretty good scale. And early game pressure, there's gonna be the Renekton and Vi. I feel like still comp wise is not the greatest, but I mean, this is reject, so there's that.
バイサミーラとあるので、サミーラがどれだけ集団戦で参るのかというのが一つ勝負の鍵を分ける、勝敗を分け
We're
る。
already in a game. Level 1 from QTD.
LJL 2025ファイナルトーナメント
But for level 1, we're seeing.
QTD vs リジェクトスタート。
But reject is not gonna walk into that. I'm gonna be cautious. QTD just warding up the bot side. Looking for a potential pick, but reject is already gonna be in the lane, so then no one they can catch up.
ジャングルのところでボットが縦割りのような動きをして、そもそもボットにガンクがさせないような状況というのを作り出そうとしてます。
Obviously, Talented Varus.
これはいい動きだ。
Their poke is gonna be really insane.
やっぱりサミーラノーテラス
QTD, I feel like QTD, normal circumstances, should be winning this game. But we'll see. I mean, if they're not winning this one, I feel like that's just an indication that Reject has the skill diff when they're in playoffs form, and they're just gonna be taking this tournament, which we all expected at the start of the year. But definitely Sengoku Gaming's arrival, which later became QTD. Their arrival here to the league was a nice fresh air, fresh breeze. They look like our second best team, 100%.
まあここ触っていくのはかなり難しいですね。
But with that being said, the gap I feel like is still pretty big with Reject and the others. Even though when Sengoku came here, they took some games away from them.
つながってしまうので厳しいですが、
Now, earlier on, obviously, the Varus Nico lane is gonna be much better. Summer has to be a little bit careful.
まあヘテルもこれ食らってもいいんで相手の体力
But if they can win top side and survive the mid game, I feel like their
飛び込ませて、
comp is also gonna come online eventually.
これで自分たちのポーションでヘテルは体力を回復しつつ、相手の3番の体力を削ってダイブした時にキルレーンを作れるように。
We'll see how good Forest is on the Vi. I don't like the Vi.
まあ想定通りに
There are very few players who I trust the Vi with. In LJL terms, Forest is one of them. Like, he's definitely a good Vi player. Now, again, if it comes to like against the DCG or someone like that, I'm not sure. But I think for now, it's like fine. It's not a horrible draft. It's more just that they're having some fun on the bot side.
フォレストも自陣ジャングルトップ側に戻ってファームを続けています。
Oh, that's a pretty nice hook from Rhina. If Summer gets ahead in this lane, that is just an absolute disaster. That would be an absolute disaster, but I mean, QTD's early game was pretty good last time around as well. I had issues with their comp, which eventually came true. Like, they just couldn't do anything in the later stages. Hello, Kurami. My cat is back. Nice hook there. Oh no. Oh no, there's already a kill. There's gonna be a double for Summer potentially. Sorry, the first kill was not even Summer's, but Summer's gonna get his honest. Van coming. If one gets some, maybe Q is not hitting from UE. This is still kind of disastrous. And obviously the Vi with the top lane gank as well. Kinatu survives. This is disastrous. Disastrous for QTD.
さすがの強さですね。しっかりフラッシュ待ってスタンを当ててからそこに Q を合わせる場合の動き。
No sums on Yuhi either. We might be seeing Vi coming bot side soon too. How did that hit? How did that hit? Oh, what? Alright. I'm not sure how that one hit.
いやこれは見事としか言いようがない。
Yeah, but even though, obviously it would have been worse if Sunberg gets the kill, this is still pretty disastrous.
残りはしましたが、カウンターでのトップダイブ。
And as for the top side, I mean, this was expected with the early game pairing like the Renekton Vi.
フォレストもよく我慢しましたね。
さあリジェクトボットレーン 2v2 で狙い通りキルを発生させました。
まあ、狙い以上ですけどね。
Forest, I'll be going for very early dragon just as he spawns.
あの縦割りされてて
They're playing this one really well so far.
一方的にむしろ受けてしまうようなレーン状況なのにキルをした。
If they get the early game like this Stompy,
QTD の作戦が
then I feel like they can finish this game out before the Rise would really start scaling.
抜いたライナーのスキルショットですよね。さあドレイク獲得リジェクト。
This is the expected result.
まあ1キル取ったのがまあノーゼラスでもありますし。
But still, I just want to see some Stomp
2v2 苦しい
already thinking about the potential promotion.
ウェブ的にちょっとサンバー合わせられません。
まあ、連状況苦しいことには変わりはないんですけど、対してボットというかまあトップレーダー同士の
Kinetsu?
1v1ではだいぶを成功させて
Oh, sorry.
が
Kinetsu jumping in
勝てる状況ですからね。
after the swap. Forest might be going for something here. I mean, Yui is playing very safe.
近くに寄せてきているこのタイミン
I'm not sure if they know that Forest is around, but
ジャンクラの
I mean that's a pretty educated guess.
入ってくると途端にリジェクトの方が強くなりますから。
Yui still has the lead in the lane, obviously.
グの位置が見えてるわドアを置い
But
たが
one
仕掛ける
caught out here with dies though. Recap is arriving in time, or is it in time? Forest goes back in. Goes back in the Rise ultimate though. So they'll be saving the mid on the top side. No level 6 for Somber. No level 6 for Somber, but they're still gonna getting the feed though. And even if Somber is low here, the fight is still ongoing. Dice coming around. No stun onto Somber, but he's extremely low. He's gonna be taken down.
切ってさらにダイスがそのトップ
Because some kills to QTD, even though that was picked up by the support.
ここがミッドの合流速度の差を
At least Rise got one,
返していき
which again
ダイス
might be
使
important.
い方が非常に見事でし
見事でしたた
ね。
ね。
The later stages, Rise getting fed now is absolutely necessary.
リジェクト、やっぱりこう序盤のダメージが少し足りないっていうところの中で、バンにフルフォーカスをして
That was a bit overeager.
このポータルは
I mean, at this point, they knew that that fight might be lost there, so
そうですね。これと9も
good on Somber that they rather went for some picks on the top side. But this is not the greatest.
まあトップからの寄りのところで
With that being said, still, I mean, Somber is kind of set up here for a good game. Support got a kill, so it's just like, I would say it's like an equal trade overall.
動きによってうまくトレードに持ち込みましたね。
依然としてこのトップマフィアは苦しそうですね QT リーグマシダイ。
And Kinatsu just stomping the lane, which kind of expected from Renekton.
これが正直、まあ、中盤のところ
Well, that's gonna be a pretty strong croc
思います
when it comes to
もちろん
like the Herald fight or
ドラゴンファイトのとこ
the
ろで
mid game.
レクトンが存在感を発揮するという要素にもなりますし、あとは集団戦の
Forest is going for a bit of a invade here.
ですよねレネクトンは
There's only Hathel here. I don't really think he's gonna be too bothered by that.
見やすいような集団戦を作るこ
The,
とが可能
the bot lane is completely lost now, as I'm like the top lane matchup. But
が育っていなければビクターのキル
the bot side of the map is completely in control of Reject.
なりますし、リキャップが集団戦で出し切るというところも想定されます。現状ペースと
My
しては
cat is meowing.
ねあと、まあ、気になるのが、まあ、バルスに以降取ってはいるんですけど、ここから中盤になってくるにつれて、どうしてもそのノーチェラスのフックを
So yeah,
バイのを
so far kind of what we expected, but
怖くなってくる。
the fact that Somber is kind of able to catch up with Yuhi is big.
突入操作も使うそれに
And there might be a kill. I mean, that is a pretty easy kill for Forest. It's gonna be the one who's picking it up.
成功リジェクト
Recap now. Can just keep farming.
チェックするためにワードの展開を
Slowly but surely, but it's already over.
25.14で、まあ
The Rise, I mean, gonna be scaling, I guess, but so is the Victor.
一応バグ修正
And every single lane is just being dominated by Reject for now. Forest is everywhere.
かなり長い間視界を取り続けられるっていうやつですよね。
はい
So yeah, so far it's well done.
みたいな話もちらっと聞いたので、ちょっと
I still like QTD's comp, but if they fall behind this much,
ただそれ通りで
then Abyss, it's not gonna be really able to pick up on anyone.
それすなわち視界のコントロールっていうところで
がまあ一つ前のパッチ
And we still need to see some big team fights. There is their chance because their engage tools are really good.
視界取りっていうのがあったとはいえ
So when it comes to team fights, there might be some damage that they can do.
ブロックっていうところに捕まってしまえば
But eventually we're gonna get to the point when just item advantages are
このような形で
coming in for Reject as well.
先ほどのダイス同様
It's already a full item for Kinatsu. He's by far the most fed in this team.
家取りっていうのがかなり難しくなってきますね。
その番への仕掛け
And Vaughn was not really able to do too much on the map for now.
でライナーのフックポータルワープ
As okay, there's a fight. Dice coming in with the Ottoman. Others might be a bit too late here, but massive Ottoman. Massive Ottoman, Hatel, Candy, turned around for a kill. Forrest gonna be stupid low. Forrest is gonna get a kill. Nice Ottoman from Yui too. Maybe this is what they were waiting for. That's what I said. Engage twos are really insane. But Somber pops the ultimate. Gonna get a kill in return, and this is not still too good. Kiratsu just even more fed.
そして合流してきたキナツと共に
It looked good for like a few seconds.
追い切ったのはリジェクト
But the Renekton is just getting even more fed.
使って
And I mean, Somber got a kill too, so... This is not good. This is still looking rough.
もうちょっとフリーファーム
Even the fight that looked so good for QTD.
まあリジェクトとしてはかなり余裕がありましたね。そもそもまあ初段の球こそ外れたものの結局
The ultimate from Dice might have been a bit too early. I mean, they still got this kill.
レネクトンが
But Dice is not doing anything in this fight, so... If it was a bit later,
来たとしても
while the Heta was able to group up,
には
might have been a different story, but a tiny bit
どう
mismatched.
やったって勝てるだろうと。さらにはバルスが合流してくるところに対してもサンバ
オートリキャップが狙われているダイスは次第さらにはバンが来ていますリキャップの位置も確認できた
And there's a bit Dragon going on the reject as well. I mean, there's a kill, surely. Okay.
いけますが QTD
Victor got caught out, but in return of a dragon, and Somber getting more plates. So things considered, this is still not too bad. And there is Forest. Ultimate popped on Hatel.
めった切り3ヘテルはフラッシュアウトライナーも寄せては
They got a flash out.
フラッシュでどうやらこれは逃げ切ったようです
And Kinatsu just gonna continue absolutely the lane dominance that he's having.
まあ逆にもうリジェクトとしてはエリア広げていってタワーダイブのプレッシャーをかけながら
Another nice hook from Rhino. And even with the ultimate pop by Hatel, this is just not it. Ultimate also from Sam. Oh, but Samber goes down. Wait a second, that's 2 for 2. 2 for 2 so far. Okay, they're going crazy here, but Forest coming in clutch, and they're still gonna be 3 for 2. And Kinatsu again, extremely fed. Gonna be even more plays for him.
のでリジェクトとしてはもうスノーボール完成というような流れですね。
3-2トレードとなりました
Other members on Reject are sometimes a little bit overeager, but Kinatsu is just an absolute monster.
ここもライナーのフックからでしたね。
ブロッカーでうまく返し
You getting a few kills series is pretty big.
まあバックライ
I mean, just one, but
側に打つことによって
he was so behind in a lane that he should have won.
有利に当てて
It's a bit of a consolation prize, but it's overall this is still like I'm not sure how they're gonna do anything to the Renekton. This is a Renekton carry game now,
もう
and I'm best gonna just basically just be ultimate bot.
パッシブから距離詰めて3
And there's it. Oh my God, Somber, just another kill for Somber. I mean, he dies a few times, but
1キル獲得がリジェクト
overall he's still absolutely strong. 5 kills now for the Samira.
どこからでもキル狙ってくるので、まあ視界を取り返す動きをまず徹底しないと、
I do think the Jin would have been better in terms of like comp, but
もうちょっと一苦労というような
like come on,
ね。
but come on. Samira is way more fun. Is it just a solo bolo? Oh, there's Forest coming in. So is Dice. Oh, wait, a lot of people. Okay, this might be the fight that they were looking for. Shot down for Mbessa. Catching up a little after the beating in the lane.
トップのファームをかなりロスする結果にはなったものの、ミッドの主導権をライズで強引に取り返した後のポータルワープっていうところだった。
Okay, but that was a nice play. Like their engaged tools are still pretty good. Available for QTD, but Vaughn a little bit out of position. Gonna be getting out, but once again, nice took from Rhino at least. Vaughn is gonna be dead. It's picked up by Rhino though. Can't even this one. Yuhi is arriving. Yuhi is arriving. What can he do? Ultimate is gonna be missing. And somewhere, so we're gonna be dodging that one. However, he's gonna go for the ultimate. No, it's not enough time for that one. This is what QTD were looking for. A lot of kills to run. Kinatsu, can you save the game? He's gonna be retreating because he knows that there's nothing he can do. A massive, massive, massive fight victory for QTD, maybe for the first time this series. My cat is meowing like crazy. Kurami! For the first time in this series, I'd say. Maybe there's a chance. Those ram warps have been so good so far. But the Nico power is not to be underestimated. Vaughn was a bit of a bait here, I feel like. Even if he was taken. I mean, I'm not sure why Reject will still go forward here. I feel like they should have been aware that Yuhi was coming. Yeah, those arrow showers will be damaging quite a lot by this Talitatavarus. And things are changing now. The match just took a turn. The goal is not necessarily too big. But I feel like a little bit of a boost for every single champion on the QTD side. Oh my god, what is happening to my cat? Wait, I'm gonna check on her. She's literally crying like crazy. Come on, Kurami. She was just crying. Went out to her. Now she's just back. Maybe she wanted some pets.
やはりですけど、ニコの W のところに関してはしっかり修正はされているようですね。以前までと比べると、リコールによって延長することはできるんですけど、男性モードで距離を伸ばしてみたいなところはできてないので。
This is still a losable game though. Under the turret. Oh, the turret is not falling fast enough. And even if Heta was able to stop somewhere for a second, they're still gonna be cleaning up QTD. Double kill for somewhere and Kinatsu back on the grind. Back on. I really wish we had like gold leads in the laning. I'm fairly certain Kinatsu has the potential the most of the lead. Yeah, for one fight. That's what we got. One fight. And Reject is back on the driving seat. They're back to storm this game. If anything, this is just a bit worrying because, as I said before, I don't think a team like DCG or even Chiefs looking ahead of a potential Reject qualification to LCP promotion. I don't think those teams would allow these kind of comebacks. Oh, Forest is out. Forest is out as well. Oh, disaster, disaster after disaster.
いや、これでフラッシュがなくなるとなるとですよ。次またライナのフラッシュインからの仕掛けであったりとか、フォレストのアルティメットの仕掛けっていうのを
It's looking rough once again. No tier on the rise though. That's surprising to see. Oh, sorry, it's already been. I'm stupid.
崩壊処刑をボディブロックキナツ、そしてクラッシュインからめった切りスタンを入れてミートガット回す、ソロキルを狙っているぞ。キナツスライス、
Oh, Kinatsu solo kill.
キナツソロキル。
壁が厚くて最後は次第フラッシュで壁を越えられなかった。
Yeah, I mean this is expected. I'm a big Ambessa hater in this current meta.
正確でしたね。
崩壊処刑も
This is expected. She just cannot really do much against Renekton. Ambessa still has pretty good engage tools, but in the lane she's nothing.
これでトップの1対1でも有利が取れたというところではあるので、じっくり。
And Kinatsu just continues to stomp. Well, maybe Atakan start? Would be a bit too early for that, I feel like, especially because Kinatsu still looking like just wanna push the top. And there's gonna be recall from Reject. They're not gonna be overextending for the Atakan, it seems like.
自爆のアタカンの獲得は QTD としては防げました。
ただまあこれでさらにキナツ育ったわけですからね。
そのキナツ寄せて自爆のアタカン
Now, after reset, the team is gonna be starting it up now. Kinatsu still has TP if things would go south. Because now there's TP from Ambessa. I feel like Kinatsu has to come in here as well. Coming in down to the bot side. It's gonna be pretty easy. Atakan pick up. And even if Kinatsu is now in a bit of a trouble. Reject really wanted to get out of this fight, but now they're opting into that. And the ultimate is not too bad from Hatal. But oh my god, look at Kinatsu, Jesus Christ, and also look at the Arcane Victor. Arcane Victor just gonna be getting the ace here. There's gonna pick up by Rhina, but still. Ace! Ace for Reject. Yeah, this is a stomp. Oh my god. I was expecting at least like a game taken away from them. Just like in LJL Storm. I expected a bit more from QTD, but they are not playing as a team. The laning was also really not great. It's not necessarily a bad engagement to Kinatsu, but yeah, I mean, I Reject was trying to be a little bit safer, but they're obviously stronger. And I mean, oh Jesus, look at the damage. Look at the damage now. What can you do? Hextech Soul as well, gonna be picked up at 23 minutes, extremely fast. Hextech Soul for Reject. And I mean, I expected this game to be a bit closer. But this is possibly our biggest stomp right now in this series. Even though there is like one team fight that they took away. I'm having on the trio. Prepare for next game. Yeah, I feel like Reject with this one, this is a pretty big statement game from them. Big statement game from Reject. They need to stomp. If they want to have a chance against the likes of DCG, they need to stomp this. I kind of misunderstood the promotion system at first. I really thought that DFM would be the team likely who is playing against them, and that's all. But now that I'm seeing the system, it's super likely that a VCT team is going to get the region merit slot. Which means that the Reject would need to play for the free-for-all. And that's much harder. That is much harder. So they need to stomp. And that's exactly what they're doing. Some of their own picks as well. Like remember the Veigar last game. Now somewhere on the Samira. We see some of their own flavor too in these drafts. And it's working out, especially for the Sunburst Samira this time around.
あとはまあキナツ今狙われたとで倒されないですからね。
3 items for Sunbear. 3 items across the board. I mean, Reject is really just being safe here. If they just went for the end, I think they could end this game. But they're being safe, they wanna get the Baron now. Or maybe they're just a bait. Watch it die again. Ambessa, I'm not a huge fan. And immediately gonna be taken down as well. Kinatsu still alive. Still healing up with the ultimate. That is a massive crocodile there. And I think this is it. I think this might just be it. They were looking for the bait on the Baron. There's no one left to save the base. As Hetal is taken down. What a statement game. What a statement game from Reject here. And QTD is not a bad team. Like, they are actually came into the scene, split 2. Came into the scene. Looked like they might be challenging Reject. Sometimes they did. But all things considered, Reject still is by far looking like the best team in the LJL, and their eyes are already on the promotion. GG's. GG's. What a stomp. What a stomp.
3ゲーム目かなり仕掛けていったそういったゲーム展開だったんですけど、いやもうリジェクトがもう圧倒的でしたね。
I mean, you could see on their movements that they are already thinking about other teams in the Pacific region. And the thing is, likely this is gonna be our rematch in the grand final. I still think QTD is our second best team. Maybe Burning Core could do again. I feel like Burning Core could still reach it. They're not bad by any means. But there is a high chance that this is also gonna be our grand final. And if that's the case, then Reject is gonna be completing the perfect LJL year. Gonna be going for the golden road in the LJL, and that road is gonna be leading them right into the promotion. Everyone, this is a shorter type of stream. A little shorter type of stream. We are done already. I was expecting it to be fast, but 3-0 still. Quite fast even in a fearless situation. Don't forget, tomorrow we're gonna be seeing Burning Core versus DFM, I think. Where's the browser to check? Tomorrow, same time, Burning Core versus DFM Academy. That should be Burning Core favored as well. Maybe like not 3 games, but should be Burning Core favored tomorrow. But we're gonna be here tomorrow as well, same time as now. It is the LJL Finals Tournament. The very last stop before we're reaching the LCP promotion relegation. So everyone, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go now. I have a lot of things to do today. I have so much editing to do. And eventually I also need to make my LCP video. I'm planning on like again, the title of the video is probably gonna be so you became a CFO fan, and I'm gonna introduce all the other teams. I'm still waiting for SAG and DFM and Chiefs especially to announce their roster. I'm still waiting what is happening there. But as for today, it is fun. Thank you for being here. And see you guys tomorrow. Same time. With the Burning Core versus DFM Academy. I will send them to the Jesport Hub and see you there. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.